Might not want to hear it, but here go the hard truth. Perry about the numbers, regret if you're not fact-based. When you run your lane, the numbers seem like a statue. Wait. Hey, Scotty, man, I'm not feeling it. I don't think the people feeling it. Let me get in my bag a little bit, just showing what this outspoken really about to be like. Outspoken, this is more than conjecture. These days they land people also glad that we got our own. Hunger insatiable, made for you if you say you objective. Hard truth offering, no offense, just perspective. Come get your dosage and go with me. We spit it like poetry. The pivot was pivotal, could rhyme here, but I'd rather not. Some say Scotty, some call him Scott, the best one since Stewart. If you know, then you know, but if you don't, then you're lost. Let me be frank for a minute, cause we all know that's how Perry be. Break it down the game for what it was, no apologies. This my hypothesis, you tune in, you like watching it. It's common sense, obvious, competent, rugged, and confident. Hey, we outspoken. We outspoken. We outspoken. This is outspoken, and we gon' put on a show, even if we hear you say I can't. It's outspoken.
Hey, backpack. I think we got another one. They think we can do it.
What is going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Your boy Scotty back with another one, man. Listen, hey, first of all, can I just apologize? I got so many YouTube channels. I put this on OFFSCRIPT like 3.0, and I'm looking at the numbers, and I'm like 20 people? I'm like, why is it at 20 people? So then I'm going through and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, shoot, I done put this Jake on the wrong channel. So listen, I appreciate y'all for bearing with me, all the people who subscribe to OFFSCRIPT 3.0 and all that type of stuff. I appreciate y'all. Let me fix this stuff because this stuff is all jacked up. All right. So let me fix this stuff before I bring up Perry. Perry, bear with me, man, while I fix this stuff because it's really bothering me. I hate when there's no image on my channel. So let me see on the thumbnail. Let me upload this thumbnail real quick. I apologize. Listen, this is what happens when you be doing stuff at the last minute. I'm a last minute type of dude. All right, there we go. Much better. All right, listen, you already know what it is. Week 3 preview, outspoken, and this could be nothing without my brother from another. Please give it up for Perry White. Oh, man.
Scotty, what's going on?
Man, chilling, man. What's good?
I got a letter in the mail today.
What was that?
The letter said, fuck Jackson State, sincerely, the Jaguar Nation. It was a simple letter on a card. That's what I got for you.
That's all you got for me.
And what it said, it was short and sweet and simple. I was wow. I couldn't believe it. That's all. I guess that's what it is this week. FTP, baby.
What's that stand for?
Fuck them people.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you know that?
I did not know that. I did
You
not know
gotta hang around some more youngsters sometimes. You gotta get. Yeah.
So the boy said, I signed that. That was me. I signed that.
Oh, that's who sent me that letter? It said, fuck Jackson State, sincerely, the Jaguar Nation. I said, well, damn. They sent it to me. They must want me to say that tonight. So, on behalf of the Jaguar Nation, fuck Jackson State. That deep? Is that real?
If it's that deep, it's that deep. Listen.
No, it's that deep. That's how we start tonight off. I'm cussing. For the kids, listen, this may not be the one for the kids.
Go ahead, put them in.
Different. I'm giving you a warning. It's gonna be some cuss words tonight. I know I typically I try to stay within the realms of doing things the right way, but not tonight. If you Southern, if you Jackson, you understand tonight the cussing. I'm just practicing for this weekend. That's all. But if everybody else, if the kids watching, now's the time to send them to the shower. Send them to the tub.
Now, how bad bad does a rivalry have to be that you walking into the Battle of the Bands chanting, I hate J State.
At they own gym. I'm telling you, this is real. What other schools coming in and they rivalry talking about they hate the other school?
Nah, not many.
Fam, you come in saying they hate BCU?
Nah.
Do Bama State come in saying I hate A&M? No. I ain't think so.
I think Prairie View and Texas Southern hate each other.
I couldn't tell. I was calling everybody out to talk noise, and they was talking noise to Southern. The wrong Southern. They should have been looking at the Texas Southern. That's how they got their ass whooped. This one right here, the comment section tonight should go crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, tonight it ought to be the comments should be crazy. I'm talking about it's gonna probably be a lot of fuck yous. It's gonna be some issues in that comment section tonight. This is real banter, people. You want a rivalry? I'll give you one tonight. I'll show you what a real rivalry looks like between Southern and Jackson. It's not pretty by far. It is very ugly. It's nasty. These might get thrown.
Hey, listen, I did see that in the stands that one year I was down there. I did see that.
And that wasn't the first year it ever happened. I'm just telling you, it get deep. This thing is you got to be there to understand. And I was trying to explain it to one of my boys from PV earlier. He's never been, and the way I was explaining, he was like, man, no, I don't believe. Yeah, no way. I said, man, until you get there and
you don't understand
it
it
yourself,
you don't understand it.
You do not understand. I know you typically go to black college football games, right? You sit there, the pageantry, the fun. Oh, let's watch. Hey, yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Look at them. Yeah. This is pure hatred. I ain't there on no friendly shit. I'm there to talk shit. I'm hoping I leave out of there with a W. Because, oh, boy, you can't shut me up if I get out of there with a W, especially in Mississippi. Ooh, I go on your side and talk shit. Yeah.
Woo, man. Nah, I believe it because I didn't understand it until I was standing on the field and I'm looking up at the stands and it is just pandemonium.
Everywhere.
Pandemonium. And then when the band was going to, that's when it popped off. The band was going to its side of the thing. And then you got people screaming and yelling at the band like the band done did something to somebody. I said, God, no. Police out there trying to break it up. It was wild. It was pure. It was pure chaos. It was pure.
It's not for the faint of hearts. You got to come in ready. And you know it's real because it started raining and the folks didn't go nowhere.
Boy, they got the butt. They flicked them jokers over.
Anywhere else, they would have headed towards the exit. They would have got up out of there. No,
they would have been at the bottom of the stadium. Wait.
Sit there to see if we gonna whoop your ass in the rain.
Oh, it was yeah. Black women and all too. It was black women and all. I see what happened to rain with black women. When rain and black women mix, it's like cockroaches with the lights. They scatter. When I was in Miami the first year that Dion and Willie played in Miami, it rained. Boy, and the way if you ever been to Hard Rock, it has an awning. It's open, but it has an awning, so only a certain section is going to get rained on. And that's if you're really close to the field. Boy, black women got about them seats so fast, and they headed inside that stadium. Not at Jackson. Not at Jackson.
Memorial, all the way around. We here. Ain't no coming back to this seat. My ass is still gonna be in this. It's just a rivalry, folks. So y'all finna get a real taste of it tonight. I know Jackson State fans, they gonna call in, probably let me have it. They gonna probably be in the comment section. But guess what? I know I normally try to be all with it. I'm Jaguar Nation tonight. I'm Jaguar. That's why I should have put my name on the screen. Jaguar Nation. That's me.
Jaguar Nation. That's me all day. All right, you already know what it is. Elite 15 Coffee does not sponsor the hatred between Jackson State, but they do sponsor this show. Veteran-owned, black-owned business member. If you need to start your day, you got to do it in an elite way. Get yourself some Elite 15 Coffee, veteran-owned, black-owned business, one of one. All right, make sure you get you some of that. Now,
you may need some of that. After that ass whooping Saturday, Jackson State, you're going to need some of that Elite 15 Coffee to get your week going. To jumpstart you, because your feelings going to be hurt.
All right, let's get to a little hot and viral. Now, this might be more hot than viral, but it's going to be a little word on the street. Street. Word on the street is the white boy, O'Brien, has dipped out of Bama, has completely left the program. He gone. White boy gone. He said, I'm good. I'm deuces. Now, from what I've been told, he left because that was his 4th concussion in his career, and it was his time. He was like, hey, listen, you know, I can be a real estate agent. I can go be.
Hey, Eddie Robinson told him, man, look, I know a great plan. If this does not work out, I know some people that know some people. I'll get you straight. You can get your license. We'll get you straight.
I can become a mortgage broker, you know, whatever I need to do. But playing football is no longer in my requirement. So now Alabama State is literally left with 2 freshmen and a junior at the quarterback position. So that's just a little word on the street. You know what the streets tell me, I tell y'all. Now, if the streets are wrong, the streets is wrong.
How often have you ever seen a program in one game lose the first and the second string quarterback in one game, and now it's over? And with the hype that they had,
Facts.
Everything like it went from sugar to shit real quick, as the old folks say. Like it's like, where do we go from here?
Listen, it has to work with the freshmen, right? Because, and the thing about it is, I think what makes it worse is the expectations that came with this season, right? If you're not ranked number 1, if you don't have all this hype train behind you, it's kind of like, oh man, I feel bad for Eddie Rob, right? But with this hype train and then watching game 1 and game 1 knocks out both your quarterbacks,
shit.
I don't think anybody should feel sorry for Eddie Rob. He's got to make it work. So once again, I said it earlier, them having to play Miles when they did actually benefited them. But overall, you're still putting yourself in a circumstance of having a freshman quarterback having to get you through conference play to make it to the SWAC championship. And I mean, Perry, you've been around this for a long time. Have you seen a true freshman lead a SWAC championship team?
I've seen a true freshman lead a team to a SWAC championship. Austin Howard did it in 2014 for Southern when they went and played Alcorn in the SWAC championship. Dre Joseph had just won the championship, by the way, beating Jackson State's ass for the SWAC championship in 2013. Fire off 2 more for me. Yeah, Jackson, you need that on you. Fire off 1 more for me. That's it. But Austin Howard did it, you know, for Southern. They won the SWAC championship in 2013 under Dre Joseph. Then he comes in 2014 and take them to the championship. So didn't Shador do it?
Dog, no, that is not the same, man. Shador did do it. I mean, he played 2 years, right? But
they didn't go to the SWAC championship his first year.
Yeah, but that's not the same, man.
Why?
To me, it's not the same because ain't nobody recruiting like Deion.
Well, fuck them then. It's Jackson State anyway. I don't care. Yeah, you're right. It don't matter. Yeah, it don't. That's right. Right there.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not.
No, it ain't.
It's not. It's not even
right.
The same.
I'm on that tonight. You on that tonight?
I'm always on it. Yeah, you know, I can't stand Ohio State. You know, that's what it was for me.
I need to send you a Southern shirt.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
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 You said yeah at first.
No. For my wife.
Where you at in this thing tonight?
Oh, it's always Ohio State, but it's just I'm not so Ohio State that I'm Southern. That ain't it. That ain't it.
But you'll agree with me tonight.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you.
FTP?
Oh, yeah, always.
FTP. Yeah, FTP. Let me hear you say FTP.
FTP. Let me hear you say OVO. OVO. Now stab this way, stab that way, and stab this way. Listen, it's always.
And what a Jaguar Nation at in the chat tonight, man. Are they in here? Are they there?
No, they heavy. Oh, they heavy.
Where they at in the chat? Ain't no way we finna. You know, Jackson be talking about them 40,000. We gonna let them outdo us in the chat, huh?
Hey, it's real funny when he popped back up. He didn't pop back up on the Texas Southern game. He didn't. I told you, y'all niggas don't be coming, dog. That's what be killing me with these niggas. Like when you lose, we can't find you. Then they beat Northwestern State, and he all up in the chat. Your ass should get blocked. For real, for real. He was nowhere to be found after the Texas Southern game. Nowhere to be found.
What he say on the Waterbury officer? Get his little country ass up out of here.
Dog, come on, man.
Yeah. Where he at? And they keep worried about the wrong Southern. You should have been worried about Texas Southern. Once again, why we got y'all next week. Hold your horses. Pump your brakes. I'm sure y'all ready to talk. Pump your brakes. We got business this week that we actually look at as a rivalry. I don't know why Prairie View thinks Southern is their rival. Well, like where is this starting? Like, where are y'all getting this from to focus on us? You know why? We give them homecoming vibes when we come over to Prairie View, Texas. It's a game that people actually show up to. They enjoy seeing us come to the stadium. And I understand that. I feel you when you like, damn, it feels good to be at a Prairie View game and there's people actually here. I know. Just wait till next week. We coming. Just hold on, Prairie View. But you ain't no rival, okay? You're not a rival. Maybe in 1951, when the SWAC was condensed. Right now, you're not our rival. You won a few games over the years. But this notion that y'all, I don't get it. And I still don't get it.
Everyone enjoys to see us, Perry. Everyone.
I know. You see, clearly, PV just think they got a friend. Like, they just can't stop talking about Southern.
No, I said, I'm not answering your call. Said, no, do not, no. Because when you lost, you did not call in. And I made sure I said, you know, it's funny about you PV dudes is that when it was all 0-0, no, you had all the energy in the world. You was all this, Scotty, all this. Oh, Scotty, no, I'm gonna make sure I'm not answering your call, said, because you did not call in through Texas Southern and Southern game. So don't call in now.
I swear to God, don't call in now. Keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, we literally opened it up and it was just, everybody was so humble last.
I had to go find the Bama who called and told us that PV was something.
Hey, Scotty, you know, just hope things great with you and the family up in Ohio. Everything's well. Yeah, about that game. Yeah, you know, things just didn't work out. That's how they were sounding last week.
Dog.
Week one, it was fuck me, fuck you, PV forever. Now they want to pop out. Boy, that's that wishy-washy. See, I'm down whatever. Win, loss. I told you I got to be right here, even in a win or a loss. That's the difference. I have to sit in front of the people. Last year, ask me how I felt going through sitting in front of the people through that season I did. But you know what? I didn't disappear.
Nope.
I kept the energy going. PV, that's how I know you ain't used to shit. You don't know how to act in that when you're dealing with adversity. You was ready to run away and hide. Now you, hey, y'all. How you doing?
We back. Hey. Still invited? Like, we still good? Who's cooking? Like, no. You didn't put
your ass back home.
Come on, man. No.
Nobody want to hear from you.
No, that was crazy to me. You couldn't, and then he go hit. Then I hit him in the messenger because I had to find him on Facebook because I'm clearly you ducking like that. I got to find you on Facebook, right? So I'm like, I hit him on Messenger. Took him like a whole 4 days to respond.
Nigga been crying, scary. Now want to comment, want to call, excited, happy. Not tonight, PV. This ain't even who y'all play. You stick to whoever y'all play this. Michigan State. Call they shit this week. Call the Michigan State blogs and podcasts.
You didn't even call in on Monday. Monday you were still on campus. You didn't even call in on the show. You didn't got to call in the post game. You ain't got to call into the post game show. You didn't even call in on the Monday show. You weren't even in the chat. I can respect D Black. Shout out to my boy D Black. D Black was in the chat. He was like, "Yeah, Scotty, you know I am kind of hurt." You know what I'm saying? Respect. You hurting. You in the Monday. You was talking all that mess on week 0. All right, cool. You disappeared. Boy, you disappeared.
I'm talking about just straight ghosted.
Straight David Blaine. Gone.
Now look, all proud and happy. Man, don't even show him no more, bro. Get him Talking about a bad signal. Yeah, bad signal calling against Texas Southern. That's why y'all ass lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you want to show up. Hey, I was here after the Magnites lost. Where was y'all? I sat right here in front of the people and explained and talked about it. And guess what? A change had occurred.
Dog, listen, I was doing a live watch party watching FAMU down 11 points in the fourth quarter. You think I wasn't stressed? I was stressed.
You could have ended the live and like my Wi-Fi went out.
Dog, I thought about it. I thought about it.
But it would have been good because the views, because the comments would have came. That's the type of publicity that would have came. That would have blew you up.
You know what I'm saying? But, and Mike, this is what Mike said. Mike was like, "Man, Scotty, you lucky. I was about 10 minutes away from calling into the show. Why you ain't calling when we win? Why you don't call it when we win?"
Because these folks ain't who they say they are. That's what I'm telling you, man. It's easy to talk shit. When you're up, you're up. But when you're down, you can't be found. That's the thing about it. Boy. Yeah. I'm still out here in front of you.
They phony for that one. Let's talk about these picks. Perry got me this week. You know what I'm saying? Perry snuck me this week. I knew I shouldn't have picked that Miles. I shouldn't have picked that Miles or that Citadel game. And
yes, we're gonna get it. You felt in your heart of hearts that there was gonna be a repeat of Miles of last year because two quarterbacks out, which I understand. I understand that. And then you went ahead and went because you thought Citadel had a white coach.
I did.
That's what
did. And they got me. He got me. Once I found out he was black, I said, "God damn it." And what ended up happening? Exactly. Okay, y'all see, I think I be bullshitting, but I be know what I be talking about. I know what I be talking about. All right, so here the matchup. I got the Miles one wrong. We got the Northwestern State one wrong. Got the NCCU one wrong. I didn't put your South Carolina State's right there. I got Towson right. He got the Towson one wrong for Morgan. So that's how it worked out. So and all these dog, we almost lost A&T. That boy, if that wasn't a trip. They lucky I ain't put the game up on the scoreboards like I totally forgot. I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot because the Cousins is they be doing their own thing. But dog, they all in overtime with Winston-Salem State. AP, when I was watching it, all I could think about was when you was talking about you like I beat all the black people, and you like, what about all these white people around me? Like, I mean,
yeah, I'll whoop everybody in this motherfucker. And they saying, well, who? Because it's a room full of white folks, and all you point out is the three niggas you see. I'll whoop your ass, and I'll for sure whoop your ass. And the white folks like, hey, let them do their thing. This is what they do.
Who am I? Who am I to stop? Who am I to stop? Who am I to stop you? All right. I you know what, Blue? I like that logo though. That's why I picked it. I know it's the O one. I like it. I thought it was pretty dope.
How about A&T? They actually let somebody band come.
Yeah.
Why they didn't sell them seats? It was a sellout.
It was a sellout.
Why they didn't sell them seats, Hampton? I'm trying to help you out, Hampton. Now does it make sense that excuse they gave to y'all?
Yeah.
It was a sellout in Winston-Salem. I don't think Hampton band no bigger than Winston-Salem band.
Yeah.
In a sellout, okay, look. Hampton, I don't know. They lying to y'all the way they lied to us. Winston-Salem came in, it was a sellout. They wasn't tripping about no tickets then, unless Winston-Salem had to pay for their own band seats.
They said we cool with it. Boy, if they would have lost that game, Jesus. All right, I'm still up. Still up though. Still up by 2.
What that thing say? Barely.
They said you were blind. Barely. But hey, listen, a win's a win. Okay, win's a win.
Hey, we ain't too shabby though, are we?
No, that's pretty good.
But shit gonna get crazy here starting next week.
Yeah.
Next week. It's gonna get crazy.
It's gonna be a toss-up, straight toss-ups. All right, let's get to these week 2 recaps. First up, a whole bunch of D2 matchups. Grambling takes on Tuskegee 37-20. Tuskegee scores 20. I think they scored 20 in the second half. Miles Crawley goes from 16 to 26, 304, 4 tubs in the first half. Does not play the second half. Javon Robinson, one of my top 5 receivers, goes for 4 receptions, 151 yards, and touchdown. Perry, break it down to him.
This was a historic matchup up in Grambling, Louisiana between these two teams, man. Grambling and Tuskegee. Scotty, I would have loved to see this game in the early 2000s when both these teams was winning championships. And back in the day before your time, we used to have a thing called the Sheridan Broadcast Poll. That was the poll that let you know who the top black college football teams were around the country. I used to love listening to the radio and hear that because at that time it was hard to keep up with teams. The way it is now, it's a lot easier. But you always heard Grambling, you always heard Tuskegee that was at the top of that list in the early 2000s. So now these two teams met. Both teams have not won a championship, rightfully so, within their respective divisions since 2017 apiece. But Grambling was able to get it done 37-20. You look at this ball game, Tuskegee 5 of 17 on third downs for Grambling, 4 of 12. Grambling outgained them only by 4 yards, 384 yards of total offense, 322 passing, only 62 rushing yards for Grambling. Isn't that crazy? But on the other side for Tuskegee, 380 yards total yards, 275 in the air, 105 on the ground. Grambling penalized a lot in this one. And I think this is something to pay attention to, Scotty. 16 penalties for 166 yards.
Ridiculous.
And as you said, you look at Miles Crowley, had a great day, 4 touchdowns, 300 yards plus passing. You couldn't ask for better when you look at the guy who's predicted to be the SWAC Offensive Player of the Year. Preseason, he's the Player of the Year. So you come in and you get an opportunity to do this. You show why this is the reason these people picked you. And I think most importantly, Scotty, you have to look at Eric Dooley now, being the offensive coordinator. Does Grambling offense seem to fit him this year? And is this something that can be a recipe for success?
I keep trying to tell people, Perry, didn't I call you and tell you? I said it looks different.
You did.
I said it looks very much so different, and it really does. But the one thing about Tuskegee that quarterback Roberson, that Bama can fly, man. I mean, and also if you watch the game, and I watched about 3/4 of it. I went back and rewatched it. Shout out to the offensive coordinator because it just looks different. Like I have not seen a RPO. Let me break this play down to you. This is what he did. He did an RPO option pass. Now let me break it down to you. So Robertson faked the RPO. He rolled out, faked the pitch, and then threw it to the tight end across the middle. I was like, oh, I've
heard Urban Meyer describe that play before. You know, Urban Meyer is one of those guys that talked about how the RPO started by a mistake at practice one day by the quarterback off the fly, didn't hand the ball off and was finna run and just stopped and then just released it. I've heard him explain that before, even with the tight end across like that.
Dog, it was so nasty, bro. I was like, oh my God, that is what I'm talking about when you talk about creativity, because I could do that multiple times and you won't know if I'm passing it, if I'm running it, or if I'm actually going to do a speed pitch, right? An option pitch. It was dope. I just don't think he had. Of course, Tuskegee didn't have the horses that they needed, but they got the creativity. The quarterback is pretty damn good. He's explosive. So shout out to Tuskegee and what they got going on. Southern versus Savannah State. Now you want to talk about somebody that got some wheels? Hey, that Bama Jadon Adams can straight fly. Okay. Weren't y'all for a long old touchdown run, but break it down for a P.
Yeah, man. Slow start in this one. The Pete Richardson Classic honoring the legend, the dean of the SWAC in his time. 5 Black College National Championships. And so no better game than when you start the season off. You name it after your second winningest coach of all time at Southern University and hosted Savannah State. First meeting between these two teams. Glad that they came over. That band did not come because I heard COVID rampant through that band. So because I say that, y'all be careful out there. COVID is still around. But nonetheless, Savannah State versus Southern, a slow start. Savannah State led in the first quarter 7-3. Noah Biden started this game. And I think for Jaguar fans and everybody watching, you had to ask, what the hell is this kid doing? And unfortunately, it started to take the air out of the stadium, the fans, and the team. But Southern found a way to get back in it. On third down conversion, Southern goes 11-20 for Savannah State. They did not convert a third down. 0 of 11 on third down conversions in this ball game. Southern gained 554 yards of total offense. Of that 554, 363 in the air, 191 on the ground. Southern had one turnover by way of an interception, but on the other side, I think you got to take your hats off to Southern University's defense. Remember, Savannah State did not convert a third down. 0-11. Southern's defense holds Savannah State to 66 total yards in this ball game. 15 passing, 51 rushing, no turnovers. But when you look at that big run that you're talking about by Jaden Adams, did you see the play?
Yeah, I saw it.
It looked like it should have been dead where it was at.
Yeah, it was a broken play. The handoff went bad. He spent around on that joker, took off in the corner. The wide receiver just stepped in the way that the DB couldn't get to him, and he was gone.
He was gone. Took it all the way to the crib and put them up 7-3 in the first quarter. And I was like, Scotty, what the hell is going on? But nonetheless, Xavier Tisek, the freshman from Scotlandville, right up the road. If you know what Scotlandville High School is, literally 5 minutes from Southern's campus. He comes into the game and gives this energy back to the team, to the fans. He goes 17 of 29, 316 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also, with his legs, 4 carries, 10 yards. But then you look at the backs of Kobe Dillon and Kendrick Grimes, 13 carries, 52 yards for Kobe Dillon, 13 carries for Kendrick Grimes for 45 yards. And I heard you talking about that tight end earlier, Dupree Fuller, number 5, 3 receptions for 54 yards and a touchdown. Darren Moore, 6 receptions, 77 yards and a touchdown. And Chandler Whitfield with a beautiful catch in the end zone. He goes 3 receptions for 43 yards and a touchdown. Southern found the spark that it needed at the right time. And that's why you have these games right here to be able to practice and get what you needed. Southern got it, and they found themselves on the side of a 42-10 victory. The second half was all Southern. 7 points in the third quarter, 19 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the one thing I'm not gonna lie, Savannah State's defense looked pretty good, and it was flying around.
They hit. They're physical.
Boy, they
hit.
They was coming downhill, and you got to give credit where credit is due. They just didn't have enough horses to make it a game, but boy, they was flying around and they was hitting. Boy, they was hitting. All right, let's go to the next one. South Carolina State. Them Bulldogs pull out over the black head coach that I thought was white. Lord, I know. I tell you, God almighty. I told you he can beat. I already told you, but go ahead, Pete, break it down for us.
Oh, yeah, the Citadel, South Carolina State, 2 in-state FCS programs, the Bulldogs, both of them. So there was a lot of Bulldogs in the house for this ball game. 10,000 people showed up over at the Citadel to watch South Carolina State come in, and it was the day that they found themselves victorious. And I think South Carolina State Bulldog fans wanted this after they let one slip away for FAMU. And more than ever, Chennis Berry, because he's the king of we just trying to go 1-0 every weekend. Just 1-0. And guess what? They went 1-0 last weekend. South Carolina State, 7-13 on third downs, 421 total yards of offense, 204 in the air, 217 on the ground on the other side for the Bulldogs of the Citadel, 275 yards of total offense, 169 yards passing, 106 on the ground, 1 turnover in this game by both teams by way of an interception on the side of the Citadel. And then when you look at Eric Phoenix, you got his stats right there, 18 of 23 for 194 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Duhart, how about him, Scotty? 18 carries for 128 yards rushing in this ball game. He was a workhorse. And then you look at Justin Smith-Brown, 5 receptions for 94 yards, and Caden High, 6 receptions, 49 yards, and a touchdown. But Jonathan Bennett for the Citadel goes 13 of 22, 169 yards passing, a touchdown, and an interception. This one thing was close. It went back and forth, but that 3 points by South Carolina State was all they needed. And in the game, in this world today, if you win by 1, a fraction of 3, you just happy to get out of there.
You're just happy to get out with the dub. That's what it is. And watching that game, it was an ugly game. It wasn't like, I think, if I'm being honest, watching the game, South Carolina State was way more talented than the Citadel. I'm talking about on both sides of the ball, but it was just a sloppy game. And the Citadel still had a chance to win late. They had a drive, I think, with under 2 minutes. They had a chance to, go ahead or at least tie the game up, and they couldn't pull it off. The quarterback was he wouldn't all that. But it is what it is. Now this game, Morgan State and Towson, that was my game of the week. And the thing about this game that I knew Towson was going to come in and say, hey, we're not going to let you run the ball for over 300 yards. That ain't gonna happen, right? And I'm I'm optimistic for Morgan. I'm trying to get my words together. I'm optimistic for Morgan State because the defense stopped Townsend. Townsend is usually always had a pretty decent offense. So the defense came to play. But once again, what Morgan State is, can you score and can you be more than one-dimensional? And that's still to be seen. And that's the part about Morgan State that, because I think it was like a couple weeks ago, I asked buy, sell, or hold, does Morgan State finally have an offense? And we both said hold because going forward, you just don't know if they can be more balanced. And today you see that they cannot. But go ahead, P.
14-12, Morgan State in this ball game, and the battle of the Baltimore schools had you playing. It's not go-go. What is Baltimore music called?
Baltimore club music.
Baltimore club music had you all jittery and jumping, and I'm pretty sure it was a lot of that going on outside of this stadium right here as these two teams from inside of the Baltimore area battled it out. 4-12 for Morgan State in this ball game on third down conversions, 13 first downs for them, 249 total yards, Scotty, in this ball game for the Bears, 163 passing. We talked about the run game. It was running back by committee last week, only 86 rushing yards this week. On the other side for Townsend, 3 of 9 on third down. They was able to muster up 17 first downs, 346 total yards of offense, 209 in the air, 137 on the ground. Very balanced offense, if you ask me. And what Morgan State was able to do was force them into 2 turnovers. Townsend had 2, 1 fumble, 1 interception. And then you look at the struggles offensively for Morgan State. Ty Smith, 13 of 20, 163 yards in the touchdown. Jason Collins Jr., 6 carries, 34 yards. Ty Smith as well as with his legs, 11 carries for 24 yards. It was just a tough day. But then Carlos Davis for Townsend, 21 of 28, very solid for 209 yards, 1 touchdown and the interceptions. And then Devin Matthews, 11 carries for 95 yards for them. Townsend squeaked out of this one. This was just a battle of back and forth. Townsend found just enough to get out as they went into halftime up 14-3. The good thing about it, Morgan State's defense held them scoreless in the second half, and Morgan State was able to muster up 6 points in that third quarter, but nothing else. Both teams scoreless in the fourth quarter. But how about Morgan State's defense? Legit holding them up, not giving up anything in the fourth quarter, but that's why we held on Morgan State's offense. This was a game that was very winnable for them, and they let it slip away simply because of no offense.
And it's still their issue. Listen, if they had a trophy and the trophy had a big Obey can on that jank, like in bronze, I would die. I love it. Obey Classic. If you're from Maryland, you already know your cabinet gotta have that Obey.
What they eat, like crab casseroles and stuff over there?
Crab anything. Crab cakes, crab casserole, crab egg roll. If it got crab in it, we good. We Gucci. All right, I put Obey on my eggs while you playing.
Damn.
That drink's good. And on my fries.
Obey, you like Obey like that?
Yeah, I do like Obey like that.
Oh
now, being with my wife, I got on Tony's. I'm on Tony's like.
Come on now, you got to put that Saturins on it.
Yeah, Tony's.
Put some of that Saturins on there.
Yeah, Tony's is taking over my obsession with Obey, but I still keep that Obey very handy. I just want to be very close. It stay tight. Listen, put some Obey on your McDonald's fries. Ooh, wee!
Your blood pressure gonna be high.
Why you put that on me, Ricky Bobby?
Yeah, because I'm in Louisiana, one of the unhealthiest states in America. And you don't think they put that saturin on everything?
Yeah.
What that state commercial, I put that shit on everything. That's how in Louisiana, it go on everything.
Yeah.
People carry it in their purse.
I do too. I carry it with me everywhere. I tell my wife to make sure we got a small thing of Tony's everywhere we go. Because when we go to the movie restaurants that do the food and stuff, it don't be seasoned.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, hey, babe, can you pull out that Tony's?
I put it on my eggs, for real.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, listen, yep, Obey on the French fries. That's automatic. Automatic. What? In Maryland, let me tell you. And anybody really from the Maryland, if you really from the DMV, you know about them boardwalk fries? Them boardwalk fries with Obey?
What's boardwalk fries? What's that?
They're regular fries, but they're just thick cut, but they're called boardwalk fries. And are
they like steak fries?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're not as wide as steak fries. They're regular fries, like they're just they like it's like they're called boardwalk fries. I don't know why they just call boardwalk fries. And another thing, like, listen, Old Bay, man, it's life. I lost my train of thought, man, messing with you in the boardwalk fries. But yeah, boardwalk fries in Maryland with okay. Oh, I told Key, she didn't believe me. She was like, when we moved to Maryland, she didn't believe. I was like, babe, like it's no restaurant you can go to that don't have Old Bay. And she was like, what? I said, absolutely. So we went to this Philly place, and I was like, hey, I got some Old Bay. And they had it like in containers, like they had poured it out into little containers or whatever. Like you can go to any restaurant in Maryland or the DC and Maryland, Virginia area. They're gonna have mumbo sauce if they're supposed to. They're gonna have Old Bay. Those are like you listen. You can't go nowhere without those two things in
I
Maryland.
want to try that mumbo sauce. I literally was watching a video earlier of a guy who does food reviews and stuff, and he had some wings with the mumbo sauce. He said it kind of reminded him of barbecue sauce. Is it like the mild sauce in Chicago?
Key would know more about the mild sauce. She talks about that all the time, like JJ's and mild sauce and the crack season and all that type of stuff.
That's what I've always been curious to see. Is it like the mild sauce? Because I love the mild sauce. I put it on everything, so I'm not sure. I would like to try some of that mumbo sauce, though. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what's funny? I've never been a fan. I've never been a fan
of the mumbo sauce.
I'm not a fan of sauces, so mumbo sauce don't really do nothing for me. It really don't do nothing for me.
Yeah, I'm a sauce guy. When I eat wings, it got to be with ranch or blue cheese. I eat it with either one.
It said if it tastes like barbecue sauce, it ain't mumbo sauce. I like that.
So what it's supposed to taste like?
It's a tanginess to it, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Yeah. It's not for me, right? It's a delicacy in Maryland, but it's not for me. I'm just telling you that right now. It ain't for me. All right, so I agree. Mumbo sauce is overrated. That's just me personally. But
for the out of towners.
Yeah, it's a thing for them. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back because I can talk about Maryland and food and all the time. But Northwestern State takes on Prairie View. Prairie View pulls it out. Hey, listen, I don't know if you watched the game or not. Northwestern State time ending was on the 1 yard line, and they did a quarterback sneak. Prairie View stopped them. It was the worst quarterback sneak I've ever seen in my life. And that's how Prairie View won the game. But continue, B.
This one of them. They used to say they Prairie View pulled one out their ass for this with no diddy. They got it done on the road, 37-31. Got back on track. Got a victory. Got the PV fans talking crazy. What's your guy name? In the comments, want to call in?
Oh, said Brass.
Got said Brass back excited again after that ass whooping last week. But said Brass, congratulations and to you and the Prairie View fans for being able to get it done. How many of y'all showed up to Natchitoches, Louisiana? I'm curious. Did you travel to support the team, or was it just them there by themselves? Anyway, it goes 37-31 up in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Northwestern State falls short. Prairie View in this ball game gained 25 first downs. They went 10 of 20 on third downs, 468 total yards of offense, 280 in the air, 188 on the ground. Scotty, 12 penalties for 124 yards in this one. 3 turnovers in this one as well. One by way of fumble, 2 interceptions. But Northwestern State on the other side could not convert third downs, going 2 of 13 in this ball game. On third downs, 282 total yards, 177 passing, 105 on the ground. They also had a turnover in this ball game by way of interception, and that was costly for me. Then you look at Cameron Peters at the quarterback position for Prairie View, 18 of 33 for 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. That's all I got for you. Congratulations, Prairie View, for holding it down and being able to get it done. Kenneth Lacey, how about on the other side for Northwestern? 9 carries, 75 yards. And a touchdown. He broke one for 55 yards in this ball game. Is the reason why I'm calling him out, because he had a big run in this one for a touchdown. But nonetheless, Prairie View got it done against a Southland team and was able to walk out of there with a victory.
Hand claps. All right, move on.
Yeah.
Let me say this. I don't think Slap Your Mama is very good. It doesn't have, like, my daughter loves it. She puts it in her noodles, but I don't really think Slap Your Mama is really good seasoning, if I'm being honest. I think it just doesn't hit. It don't got that, like, that kick to me that I like. So
yeah, I don't really fool with it either.
Yeah, it don't really hit to me.
Lamar,
but yeah, that Saturates is there. Yeah. that Tony be hitting. I don't care. No, the Tonys with no salt even be hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, Let me see what this Bama want. PV versus everybody. What's up, man?
Yo, what's going on?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm just calling in because one, like I was saying in the chat, I did call in the show. You know what I'm saying? You know, even though he didn't give me no acknowledgement, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I said it. I don't know what's on his phone and his signal.
That's why I answered the phone.
But my signal was working, and I did call in, so I just wanna bring that up. You know what I'm saying?
No. Listen. I give you kudos. That's why I answered the phone. If you didn't call in on either that Monday show or that post game show, like I'm not answering no phone calls. You know what I'm saying? But I respect you. You.
And that's and I answered your personal text and calls too, right? So even if I didn't get a chance to call on the post-game show, you texted me the day of the game, and I responded to you as well, right?
Yeah, you did. I give you that.
Okay, let's so you know what I'm saying. So hey, it ain't even about the post-game show because I responded to you directly. But I did want to come on and say one, because on one of the shows you did before, you kind of lied on my name. You know what I'm saying? So I want to correct that because I didn't. Listen, folks, I know y'all probably ain't seen the channel, obviously, you know what I mean? But I did talk about the quarterback and the quarterback situation. So this ain't nothing that was new. This ain't nothing that come out of nowhere, right? You know what I mean? We had a whole conversation about, hey, at the end of the day, this Lucas Cooley, we don't know what he is at the end of the day because he hasn't played any real world snaps. You know what I'm saying? We had multiple conversations about that, right? Versus Cam, it's like, hey man, you got something on film that you can see. He led his, this JUCO team, you know what I'm saying, to a playoff run. So at least you got something on film that you can see with this guy to say, okay, Coach Whedon has something to work with, right? So we did have that conversation. So I did want to also put that out there because, you know what I mean, don't be lying to the people out here, all right? You know what I'm saying? Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth.
That's all I do is tell them the truth.
Well, you didn't tell the truth on that though. You know what I'm saying? You tell the truth on that.
You might have said in your, I don't know. I don't watch your whole show, but I watched a little bits and pieces of it. But I don't know. Maybe later you said, Cam Peters is your guy, or however. I don't know how you said it or how you might have put it. I didn't hear that part. But I did hear you bragging on some Lucas Cooley, and I told you Lucas Cooley was ass.
Where did you again? Right? You literally have to. You the receipt guy, right? You know what I'm saying? So you would have definitely pulled up that receipt, but the reality is there's no receipt of that because that never happened. Because I know that never happened because I myself on multiple shows said we really don't know what Cooley is because we don't have. I can even find film on him, right? So it's like you don't know, right? All I can say is like you do see he got a live arm, right? You know what I'm saying, from some of the practice clips and stuff like that. But that's it, and it's not to down him, right? Because at the end of the day, hey, he won the job, he got him the job, right? But that's not what the conversation was. So I just want to say that. But anyway, let's move on to the Northwestern game. Go ahead.
But my comment was you didn't have a quarterback. And I told you that. I said, you don't have a quarterback. And you're like, yes, we do. I'm like, no, you don't. So having two quarterbacks, as you know in football, is zero quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I was always under the thought process, even Blue knows this, we talked about this on the other shows, right? I said I thought Cam Peters was going to win the job, right? You know what I'm saying? That's been what I've said since the spring. You know what I'm saying? So
but
anyway, it is what it is. We still wait to see, right, how the rest of the season goes, right? But like I said, I told you even at the last game, I'm still cool, I'm comfortable, right? Nothing I've seen has made me move off of my platform and my thought process, right? And to me, this game shows why I feel that way because even though this game, now I was super frustrated because we made a 3-score game a 1-inch game, and I was very upset and very disappointed about that, right? Because our defense played lights out, right? They played lights out. They gave it 2 big plays. Perry mentioned the one to Lacey for 55 yards, and then there was one on the first play of the game to the receiver over top for like 70, I think, or something like that, right? Outside of them 2 plays, the defense handled business against Northwestern the whole game, right? They played lights out throughout the whole game up until this last drive where they literally gave up like 60 penalty yards. It's just outrageous. Now, one of them was phantom, but it don't matter, right? Like you gave up, you didn't put your foot on people's neck and really just slam it home, right? So I'm very disappointed in that. But what I see is a team that they have what it takes right now. I'm happy they got to win it in the day because these are the games in the past where you would lose the game, right? So I'm happy they didn't let these mental mistakes, right, cause the game to be lost But at the end of the day, I'm happy with what I saw from an offensive standpoint, from a defensive standpoint. Coach Bubba got to fix the issues with them being undisciplined. It's the same thing that happened last year in the ACU game, right? They can't be undisciplined like that when you get into swag play. Because listen, 124 penalty yards can cost you a game. Man, that's a touchdown right there. That's a whole football field. You see what I'm saying? So I'm super disappointed in that. But overall, from the team standpoint, especially if you actually watch the game, man, like we really dominated the game. You know what I'm saying? But it was, man, stupid penalties, stupid mental mistakes right after plays and things like that. That, man, let these guys stay in the game and made it so close.
All right, PV versus everybody, man. We appreciate it, man. Listen, break down the game, and we'll see what y'all do next week. Let me say this before we move on. And I know y'all like, oh my God, why'd you let? I mean, we were on the PV and Northwestern game, so why not let him talk? He's a PV, pundit. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Listen, I didn't see the game the same way. I definitely didn't see the game the same way. If it wasn't for Shamar and these receivers making just making spectacular plays downfield, this game is not going well for PV. Like I mean, it was literally like if I'm Northwestern State, I'm just playing 5 to 7 yards off, and I'm just in bail technique all day because Cam Peters was not hitting anything underneath that was Cam Peters rarely matriculated the ball down the field. A lot of how they scored was just big play, right? Or a big chunk yard, and then now they're in the red zone, something like that. And he still threw 2 pick sixes. So I see it a little differently, but go ahead, P.
Well, he asked the question. He said, if you would have watched the game, you would have known. Newsflash. Nobody watches game. So let's move on. When they play, it's just you look for a score. Nobody actually tunes in to watch PV. You just look for the final score. That's it. So no, nobody knows what happens in this game unless you saw the score.
Oh man, go ahead.
Where we at? Where you want to go? We done with that game.
Lamar Valley, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. You say something.
Listen, I didn't watch this game, so I just grabbed the stats. I assumed Valley was going to lose anyway. They lost. For what people were telling me, they said the defense played really well in this game, and they said that that the defense should be mad at the offense for just the inability to move the ball, but they said defensively they look pretty good.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's see what they did defensively by what Lamar was able to muster up in this game as they won 28-14. Valley with that, once again, 4 games to start the season, Scotty, on the road. This is just another one of those you got to check off and say, damn, I can't wait till we get back to Itabena. Luckily for them, they got out of there in a hard-fought game. It didn't get ugly like people thought, 28-14. In this ball game, Mississippi Valley, 21st down, 7 of 17 on third downs. They also went 2 of 4 on fourth downs on the other side for Lamar, 24 first downs, 4 of 12 on third downs. You want to know, you talking about that defense of Mississippi Valley? Well, Lamar only mustered up 438 yards of total offense, 216 passing, 222 on the ground on the other side for the Delta Devils of Mississippi Valley, 280 yards of total offense, 208 in the air, only 72 yards passing. Lamar penalized a lot in this game. Not sure. 18 penalties for 157 yards. And they also had a turnover in this game by interception. On the other side, Mississippi Valley had 2 turnovers by way of 2 interceptions. And then you look at Jaden Six. He had 18 of 31 for 171 yards, passing a touchdown and an interception. And then Tajarian Williams, 3 of 5 for 37 yards. He also had a touchdown passing and an interception, but he also did some things with his legs, 10 carries for 44 yards. And on the other side, Robert Coleman for Lamar, 12 of 30, 216 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and an interception. And then you look at Griffin, 23 carries, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns with the longest run of 28 yards. Lamar got away with this one, man. But I don't know what they talking about. Valley defense playing hard.
They said
almost run for 200 yards on you.
They said
you gave up almost 500 yards of offense. What you laughing about?
Boy, you stupid. They they said the game was closer than the, and sometimes games do be like that though. Like the score doesn't tell you how the game, and I'm a big component of that, so I'm not here to say it wasn't or whatever, but you know, games do, you be like, oh man, you know, you be like, hey man, it was a lot closer than you think. You know what I'm saying? So I respect people's opinions. It was more than one who said the same thing about the game. So shout out to Valley. Hope that they keep chipping away at it. All right, here we go. The ass whooping list. That's all I ain't even correctly put the Vandy people on that, Jay. I just said, hey, I'm gonna just keep the UAPB stuff from last week because that don't even matter. So moving on.
55-0,
Dog.
71 total yards for Alcorn, 31 passing, 40 rushing. That's all I got.
Dog. And Jacoby Morgan and Cameron McCoy, both quarterbacks. Cameron McCoy had 6 carries, 107 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jacoby Morgan had 9-11, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, like, okay.
They got that 50 piece I said they was going to get.
Yeah.
Fuck them people. FTP.
Some more butt whoopings. A&M scores 49-7 on Kentucky State. Cornelius Brown goes for 19-26, 4 touchdowns and an interception. Donovan Eaglin goes for 13 carries and 102 yards. UAPB, man, 73. They said, hey, we getting all our lick back. Okay, they said Arkansas did this like this. We getting it all back. Micaiah Higgins goes for 15-22, 350 yards and 2 touchdowns. O'Shawn Ross go for 5 carries, 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. Damn, 3 touchdowns. That's crazy.
What they said on Homecoming to America?
Bro,
it's the same what they did to that dog.
Dog, listen, look at that stat line. 5 carries, 100 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That means every other carry, it was a score.
Man, listen, I didn't even know Arkansas, and I lived in Arkansas. I didn't even know Arkansas Baptist had a team. And I called my mom. She lives in Little Rock. She's like, I don't even know where they play. You know, I think you and I right now can go and roll at Arkansas Baptist and get us some PT. I mean, I think they NAIA, if I'm not mistaken. I never knew they had a team. This is nothing for UAPB fans to be proud about. I mean, this was just a scrimmage, and you know, much love to UAPB, but seriously, this is nothing to look at and say, oh my God, maybe we on to something. You're not. You'll find out this week. This game gave you nothing to look at your team to say maybe we on to something at all. I think out of all of the games that was played this week, Arkansas Baptist had to be one that I think this was no contest. I don't even think the stats count for this game. I mean, period. It just, this ain't, don't get too excited, UAPB. Reality comes at you fast.
It does. All right, let's get into these next week predictions. These are your FBS matchups for the week. You got South Carolina State going against Georgia Southern. You got Morgan State going against Ohio. Shit. You got Michigan State and Prairie View. You got A&T with the new jump up of Delaware, and then you got UNC versus NCCU. Who do you give the best chance to, P? To make it a game. Nobody.
These are ass whoopings waiting to happen. I mean, last time I did this, everybody got their ass whooped. I won't go down that route again. If Georgia Southern all over South Carolina State, Prairie View, good luck. Delaware over A&T, no. Them white folks finna wear them out. NC, North Carolina with North Carolina Central. I don't know what the hell you had going on against Elon. North Carolina, a way better team than Elon. And then, okay, maybe Morgan State and Ohio based off of Morgan State's defense. But because they have no offense, that thing can get ugly. Everybody got an ass whooping just sitting there waiting on them. Give me Morgan State and Ohio just off the strength.
Yeah, I'm a roll with that one. That man said, good luck. The BB, stay healthy and good luck.
Just hope you come out of there healthy.
Stay healthy and good luck.
Oh. For real.
Oh man. Oh man, that is funny. That is funny. But I think I'm not going as far as Coach Green with South Carolina State over Georgia, but I think that defense can put up a good showing. That defense plays hard, man. They really
Southern
do.
got a white coach.
Oh, I know he's gonna lose. Oh, yeah. Listen, yeah. I'm telling you, anytime you put a white coach against Shinsbury, it's a guaranteed dub.
And they not Lenore Ryan. They a hell of times better than Lenore Ryan.
Listen. You could put Lenore Ryan in it somehow, some way. I'm telling you, listen, you might not agree. I'm telling you, he'll get there. And I'm telling you, white coaches be catching Shinsbury slipping for real. But what? Nigga, what? You just went into overtime with Winston-Salem State.
Yeah.
Not Wake Forest, not NC State, Winston-Salem State. You went into overtime.
Them Blue Hens about to whoop y'all ass and send you back to Greensboro.
Boy, I don't know what you drinking. I don't know what you smoking, but this game ain't even gonna be nowhere near at halftime. Y'all gonna be taking Bama's out. Stop it.
Yeah.
And they not even a Power 4 conference.
Nah.
They would have beat you if they was an FCS still. Stop, boy, stop.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to these FCS matchups. My bad. I didn't take the South Carolina State off. But anyway, Howard and Morehouse. Listen, I can't even give Morehouse. I can't even give Howard a guarantee because they almost got beat by Mercyhurst. Mercyhurst?
Don't laugh because Mercyhurst might do some work on anybody in the HBCU rank. Let's not do them like that.
No,
but in that ball game, Howard versus Morehouse, this should be interesting. Like you said, Howard struggled against Mercyhurst, found a way to get it done. Scroggins had a hell of a day as the dual threat quarterback against Mercyhurst, man. He was the offense that they needed in that ball game. I like Howard in this one. Morehouse, I simply don't know much about you this year, and that may be on me. I need to watch a guy that does the Division II show. I need to pay a little bit more attention to him so I can get a little bit more abreast of Morehouse. But yeah, I think this is all Howard's in this one. You want me to just go down through it?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, and I'll just pick after you. You know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with Norfolk State versus Hampton next. This is a game I like the matchup, right? Hampton lost early on to start the season to Morgan State, but Hampton coming off a 33-31 victory over Virginia Union last week. I think a lot of people thought Virginia Union was good enough to beat them, but guess what? A heavy dose of Elijah Burrs, along with finally, Scotty, Christopher Zealous didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Man, as a dual threat quarterback, he was able to do it with his arms and his legs. On the other side, Norfolk State coming off a victory as well. 28-23 over Virginia State in a hard game. If you saw Virginia State's D-line and saw the makeup
was this big, bro. No diddy.
I watched their game. Shout out to my boy Vark. I was sitting at his tailgate, man, and we was checking this game out. All I kept doing was standing up, pointing at the D-line. I said, damn, we need them cats at Southern, man. They need to be in the rotation because they was giving Norfolk State's offensive line fits, but Norfolk State was able to get it done. This is going to be a good one. Two Virginia teams, man. Once again, they just had two Virginia matchups last week. They both won their games as FCS against Division II. Now those two teams play each other. I like Norfolk State in this one, even though Christopher Zealous and Elijah Burrs, I think they only will win this if Christopher Zealous comes into this game and don't turn the ball over. Elijah Burrs is going to do him, no doubt about it. But it's going to be Christopher Zealous keeping the ball out of Norfolk's hand. I think that's going to be key in this one.
I'm going with Hampton on this one. I think Malcolm Mays is actually going to get the start, and I think they're going to use Zealous in a package kind of deal. Hey, listen, again, I apologize. I know that's Western Michigan. I know it's Bethune-Cookman. I know that's FBS for FCS, but I was trying to do something, and I didn't do it right. But anyway, and I was rushing to get this pull up. So, but
yeah, another one. Good luck, Bethune.
Yeah, good luck.
The way they got beat by Mercer, 31-2, 2 points.
No, that game, and the game just got away from them. Like, it was a good game in the first quarter. They were battling. They were stopping. They really didn't have no offense, but they were stopping them on defense. But as any team, you're just going to get worn down after a while. And then Mercer just poured it on after an interception. He just poured it on.
Yeah, I like that Alabama State Sanford coming into this game 0-2. Alabama State has to go see them. Sanford lost last week to Florida. They gave Florida some confidence after that ass whooping in Miami. Florida beat them 45-7, and then they came off that loss to start the season to the University of West Georgia, 38-29. So Sanford's going to be looking for a win. On the other side of Alabama State, of course, 24-3 victory over Miles. With their quarterback now, the freshman quarterback Hayes, they're going to be looking to try to find some consistency out of him and see how quick can he grow up. Well, this is going to be a tough one on the road against the Sanford team that's going to be looking to get a victory to start the season finally in week 3.
I'm going with Sanford. I listen. The thing.
Me too.
The thing that gets me when it comes to coaching at HBCU is I don't think coaches really focus on teams' inability to do something and trying to knock that in. Like, I'm going to make you, if you can't use your left hand, I'm going to make you dribble with your left, right? Like, that is what other coaches do to HBCUs, but HBCUs don't do to other HBCUs, right? So I think Sanford's going to come into this game knowing that they have a freshman quarterback and say, hey, that Bama's going to have to beat me. I'm not going to let you run up and down the field on me. It just doesn't make any sense. And he's not proven to show me otherwise. So until that happens, that's what we're going to do. And I think that's what Sanford's going to come in with that game plan. And Sanford, I think it's going to be a close game. I think Sanford wins by 10, but I still think Sanford makes them do something different and makes them have to put the ball in the air. And if the freshman quarterback is not bad at throwing the ball, but he needs more reps, and you better get it. We better get it when you can. So I got Sanford winning that one. TSU and UAPB.
Southern Heritage Classic over in Memphis, Tennessee. It's ironic that typically Jackson State's in this game, but Jackson has Southern this week. And so UAPB has filled the shoes for Jackson in this one. They're trying to grow something with this. UAPB in close proximity to Memphis. So I could expect that it's going to be a nice contingent of Golden Lions over in Memphis, especially after the victory against Arkansas Baptist. Just something to be happy about, and they need that. But Tennessee State, on the other end, coming off an ass whooping to North Dakota State, the same team we saw almost upset Colorado. Tennessee State, the Tigers, went up to the Fargo Dome and walked away from a tough one, almost 50 points, in that ball game, getting blew out. Now with the Southern Heritage Classic, Eddie George is going to have to find a way to will his team to victory and get them back on track. Last year, this game was close. UAPB fought hard. Tennessee State was able to get it done. UAPB coming off that 73-0 for North Dakota. For Tennessee State, they coming off that 52-3 loss to North Dakota State, but they've already played one SWAC team on the season, and they beat Mississippi Valley in week 1, 41-21, in which they totally dominated their game. If UAPB is any indication close to Valley, this thing may end up that same way where you look at a complete domination for Tennessee State in this ball game. I'm going Tennessee State over the Golden Lions.
Yeah, I'm going Tennessee State, and the thing, this comes down to Draylon Ellis. What Draylon Ellis are you going to see in this game? And can he be efficient like we know he can be, or is he going to be sporadic like we know he can be? Because he even threw picks against Valley's defense, right? So, if Tennessee State gets the Draylon Ellis that we expect to see and show up, this game should be over by halftime, and they should be up by 2 to 3 touchdowns. But if not, listen.
Are you a fan of UAPB's quarterback Higgins?
The last time I saw him against Tulsa, he wasn't bad. I think I gotta look at more film on him to see if I like him or not. No Diddy.
On the season, he's 26 of 45 for 473 yards and 2 touchdowns. And of course, we know that all came last week.
Yeah, I'm about to say 350 of it came against Baptist, the School of Baptist, right? So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I got to watch film on him to see what it is. But as of right now, I'm going with Tennessee State. They got the better. They got the better squad. It's just, is that squad going to show up? And let me ask you this: how long does Tennessee State play this game with Eddie George? Because I'm not seeing that next level. They don't seem like they're taking it to the next level. Like I wasn't expecting them to beat North Dakota State, but
I remember a week ago we said buy, sell, hold, and I told you to hold when you said make a run for a conference championship, because I don't think they are that right now. And you bought it. You bought all of it. You said, yeah, let's go. So what's happened?
Well, seeing them against Valley kind of was like, but seeing them really against North Dakota State was more because they put on a better showing at Notre Dame last year, in my personal opinion, in the first 2 quarters than they did the whole game at North Dakota State.
Well, Notre Dame, that's like a sympathy game. You know, they'll have a little bit more feel. North Dakota State, like, bro, you on our level and this Eddie George, we finna whoop your ass. We ain't here to play with you. This is brownie points for us in the FCS polls by whooping another FCS team, especially from a white conference. They're not in that HBCU conference. So North Dakota State was looking for nothing but brownie points. It was more beneficial for them to win the way that they did instead of what you saw with Notre Dame playing against Tennessee State. Notre Dame, it was like, it was expected of this. North Dakota State said, we have to do this because this is our level. This goes to the points to our voters when you look at us trying to move up in that top 25.
I guess I'm gonna need to see. I'm gonna just need to see more from this Tennessee State team. Like I need Draylon Ellis to be the guy he was, but before he came to Tennessee State, you know what I'm saying? Like be that playmaker, be that decision maker, be that the go-to guy. You know what I'm saying? That quarterback, and I'm just not getting that vibe from him. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Second round of matchups. No, it is.
Yeah.
Can we start at Alcorn? Can we just say finally they might score some points?
Finally, they might score some points.
And that's not even a guarantee, P, because Edward Waters ain't no slouch. Now, if this was Florida Memorial, I would tell you this. I wouldn't pick Florida Memorial, but I damn sure would say, hey, I think this is gonna be a game. I would say it's going to be a game. That's what I would say right there.
Is this going the way? Because, G talked all that noise that we got our guy. This was the fit. This is what we was looking for. We were time out with Fred McNair. Things was getting old. We weren't winning. But from the way Alcorn, I get it. It's UAB and it's Vanderbilt. But sometimes you have a beacon of bright light or hope somewhere. I've yet to see any hope for this team so far against UAB and Vanderbilt.
No, I agree with you. I haven't seen it. It looks so blah. Like it doesn't look like anything of what Alcorn used to look like. Even with just running the ball, it doesn't look the same. Nothing about this team, like the Drake says, nothing was the same. It really isn't. And said might be your guy. He might be your guy, but the guy isn't looking like it's doing something for the program. Maybe, we still got to wait till conference play because, they've been playing Power 4 teams. Like, let's keep it. They played FBS and then a Power 4 team. And they lost with the expectations to lose. But it's just how they've been losing. It just hasn't looked. It hasn't looked like, even with FAMU's lost to Miami, you can see the flashes, right? Like you're like, oh wow, okay, man, look at the way Daniel did this and all that. With Alcorn, there's not even been any flashes. It's just been ass whooping, just straight ass whoopings. So this game, they really, really need this game. And if I'm being honest, Alcorn has to put up more than 35 points in this game. Has to. No ifs and buts about it. If that offensive coordinator think he's supposed to keep his job, they need to put up more than 35 points on Edward Waters. Seriously. I didn't even want to go 40 because I didn't think they got it in them. But they at least got to do 35. At least. So
I'd be curious to see if they run game come alive. Like you used to say, if you want to know how to run the ball, you watch Southern.
Yeah.
Well, you know where Southern got it from? Got it from Alcorn. From the everybody talks about the quarterbacks that they were able to replace each and every year. But one of the quiet things about Alcorn was their O-line and their run game. That was always what made them dominant through that run that they had of competing for championships for nearly a decade, was how strong they were in the run game. And then they were known for these physical, tall, big receivers that can block on the outside and hold you up. They used to be a physical team offensively, beat you to sleep, and then catch you over top once you do fall asleep to one of those big physical receivers after they run it down on you, along with a dual threat quarterback. I want to see, can they get back to that? And does this game show you any indication that they remotely still have any of that in the gas tank?
I don't know how you're going to get a sack if you ain't got no quarterback. Y'all probably back out there running Wildcat. Oh, anyway. But shout out to the O-line for that. Let me listen. I'm going with Alcorn, of course, but I'm telling you right now, if it was Florida Memorial, that game, I probably would have had to pull a mouse. I probably had to pull a mouse just because I'm like, Florida Memorial looks really good, just really, really good. And if I was a coach in this, if I was an AD in the SWAC, and I'm looking for somebody to take over my program, the coach at Florida Memorial is really doing some stuff down there, but that's neither here nor there. Okay.
I don't know how many more jobs open. Shit, everybody got a new coach or a second-year coach.
Connell Maynard about to be gone.
That's about it. I mean, it's not many openings. Everybody kind of locked in for 3 years right now.
That's fair. Except Maynard. But anyway, Alabama A&M, Georgetown College. What you got, P?
A&M, I think if A&M was able to get it done over Kentucky State the way that they did, putting up 600+ yards of offense, they'll be able to do it again. Connell Maynard keep the gas off that fire just a little while longer before they get Austin Peay next week. This is just another glorified scrimmage for them and the Bulldogs all the way.
Delaware State and Wagner. What you got? I
like
them as well.
You know, I talked about this game because I said this has the possibility for Delaware State. This is one of those when we said, win over under 5 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those that it looks good to me on paper that I think Delaware State can get a victory over Wagner. Delaware State had that close game against Hawaii. Then they go get a victory against Sacred Heart on the road. But then when you look at Wagner right now, I think you got to be. They won the first game of the season against Lynchburg, 46-7, and then they lost last week to Lehigh, 49-13, as they come into this ball game. Delaware State has this game at home. I'm gonna go with Delaware State in this one. I just think Delaware State has been tough when you watch them play. They're no slouch and no pushover. I think Coach Hall gets his team a non-conference victory again, this time over Wagner.
I wanted to go Wagner, but I went with Delaware State as well because of the home field advantage of Delaware State.
Going with who in this one?
I'm going with Delaware State.
Okay, all right.
I'm going with Delaware State. I think they can pull it out at home, and I think the quarterback and the running back are good enough to get this dub. Grambling and Texas A&M Commerce.
This might be tricky. Don't take Texas A&M Commerce lightly, Grambling, because you don't know much about them. They coming into this game 0-2, but I just think, and you got to go there. You got to travel on the road to go to Texas A&M Commerce. Do not take this team lightly. It's hard to kind of give this to Grambling. Texas A&M Commerce lost the first game of the season in San Diego State, 45-14. And then they lost last week to University of California, UC Davis, 36-22. This is one of those games that's close. Do you have my pick? Who did I pick in this one? That's just how close it is.
I think you said Grambling. Let me double check real quick.
I did. I went Grambling.
Yeah, Grambling. You said Grambling.
Grambling, don't let me down.
Listen. Texas A&M Commerce listen, before they moved up, they were working D2. They were working D2. I think they won the D2 national championship, if I'm not mistaken. Or either they were conference champions or they won their D2 national championship. Don't quote me on one of them happened. Don't quote me on both of them. But listen, I'm going with Grambling. Let me just say that. I'm going with Grambling. But let me just say this. I saw some holes in that O-line that Tuskegee exploited with just the pressure they were able to bring through that O-line. And we know this is the football This is football synonymous with everything. If you can't protect the quarterback, it's going to be a long day. If Texas A&M can get pressure on Miles Crawley, because Grambling has the weapons. If Miles Crawley gets any bit of time, Grambling has the weapons to score 40 on you in a blink of an eye. That's how good these guys are. But it all comes down to that O-line protecting them. And also, Grambling's defense is not good. It is not. Their nose tackles are pretty solid. Their D tackles are pretty solid, but everything else around it is not good. The DBs, the linebackers, it's just they're not playing well together as a unit. So don't be surprised if Texas A&M scores more points than you think they're supposed to. But I still have Grambling winning. I think it's going to be like 30-21 or like 17-28, something around like that. That's the vibe I get. And Murray State versus Valley is an ass whooping. Murray State by a lot.
Yeah, I'm going Murray State in that one. Valley once again on their first 4 games of the season on the road. Murray State had a 51-0 loss to start the season against top 10 Missouri. And then last week losing by 2 points to Butler, 19-17. I think they're going to be hungry for one. This will be their second home game on the season for Murray State. I think they get it all over Valley. But hey, they said that Valley defense did something last week against Lamar.
They better show up today.
Hey,
they better show up.
What they're going to do against Murray State.
All right, let's get into a little. Buy, sell, hold. Let's get into a little buy, sell, hold. First up, buy, sell, hold. South Carolina State are legit contenders for a championship in year 1.
I'm buying it.
Ooh,
I'm buying it. Dennis Berry is a coach. He's a player's coach. He's a man of man. I like what he's building. I think that's why South Carolina State hired him. I think that's why the excitement was there. When you look at that offensive line with the amount of guys that are on the all-MEAC team right now, when you look at Eric Phoenix continuously growing in that position as the starting quarterback, you look at their running back room, they are a physical team. They will punch you in the mouth. Their receivers are physical as well. They play good defense. This team can be a legit contender. And I think when they went on the road and got this victory at the Citadel, on top of they went into Bragg Memorial Stadium and almost had you in the live stream and blame it on your Wi-Fi. That's why I believe they are a legit contender. They are not to be messed around with. If you get caught slacking, they'll punch you in the mouth and walk away with a W. I think the Bulldogs are tough, so I'm going to buy it all the way.
I'm a hold. I'm a hold on this one. And it's not to say they're not talented. I don't want to say they're not talented because they are. I just have to see more. Because the more you play, the more people get tendencies on what you do. And I think the MEAC is a conference of great coaching and football playing. So I'm gonna give the MEAC a little bit more grace in allowing a first-year coach to be a legit contender. So I'm gonna go with hold. But I'm very close to buying it because I like what I see on both sides of the ball, especially the way they're able to run the block and the way they play defense. Because the one thing about their defense is they fly around with their hair on fire, and they will hit you. And as Coach Chennis Berry says, it's all about effort, and they give 1,000% of effort on every single play. So,
you better pack your lunch because we're going to work.
Got like the mailman every day.
Every day, rain, sleet, shine, and snow. We got to go to work, man.
Here we go. That's a hold. Buy, sell, hold. Zay fixes Southern's offense.
You know, I like what I saw in him last week. His first game actually allowed at Southern to do his thing. He's a freshman, people. So I'm going to hold because that was a small sample size against an opponent that's what you were paid to do. You paid them to come here and do that. I got to hold because the game that's going to become, if he wants to solidify himself in the Southern University lore, here's the game to do it. On the road, hostile environment against your most hated rival. And if you can go in there and manage the game well, and on top of, and when I say manage, that means don't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
And if you can make the plays when they are there, when they're drawn up, you will solidify yourself in Southern lore of being able to say, this guy can be the future. I'm a hold. This weekend is going to be whether I buy or sell. But for now, I got a hold because Savannah State, that was good. It was a breath of fresh air because of what you saw with Noah for a whole game and a half. But right now, he gives you something he gives you a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
But I have to see what he looks like against a team that hates you, that's going to try to knock your head off, and that's going to put the pressure to try to make you uncomfortable because you are a freshman. This is going to be dynamic because if he can go on to Jackson State on the road, being a freshman quarterback, considering all the distractions that's going to be around as a freshman quarterback, he'll then be able to be in that position for me to buy. We're going to hold it for now for me.
Yeah, I'm a hold. I'm a hold. I'm a hustler, homie. I haven't heard that song in a minute. Anyway, I'm a hold on this as well. I think Zay has and I won't even bake it on this game. I really won't. I mean, it's a good look, bad or indifferent, but give him 2 or 3 games to get the footing, and then I will see. And Paris said something very good. Play calling. How does the play calling match up with Zay's abilities? Right. So that plays a part in this as well. But as of right now, I'm a definitely hold on Zay just fixing their problem offensively. I think he helps, but I don't know if he completely fixes it. I don't know if you can fix Mark Fredericks. All right, last thing on buy, sell, hold. Buy, sell, hold. Buy, sell, hold. A&T beats a white school.
You know what? When we get to these types, pull up that schedule, Scotty. That's my phrase. Pull up that schedule, Scotty.
Oh man, I'm pulling it up.
Let's see what white schools they got ahead of them because Delaware damn sure ain't gonna be one.
All right, here we go. Let me see here. Share screen.
And they just need to beat one white school.
This gotta be one. Did
they beat one last year?
No.
Okay.
All right. So Delaware is a no. South Carolina State, University of Richmond. All right. Campbell. Okay. William and Mary. Villanova. Towson. Elon. Well, I mean,
we selling that shit like them PB Sweat Championship shirts. Get them things up out of here. You can have it for free. Yeah, get them out of here. Hell no, they ain't getting none of that. That was a tough stretch that you just did, man. That's woo.
Oh man. Yeah. Elon, Towson, Villanova, William and Mary, Campbell,
woo.
University of Richmond.
They only looking at North Carolina Central, South Carolina State, and Hampton. That's the ones. If they call in right now, that's exactly what they'll say. They looking for them 3.
We looking for the hug. That's what they. Oh man, yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'm assuming you selling
all of it.
I don't.
You got to get up off this, right?
I don't want no stock, nothing. That's funny.
Too much baggage.
Yeah, I'm selling it. Yeah, I listen. Like hotcakes, selling that junk. Yeah. Like hot cakes, selling them.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was funny. Boy, you stupid. All right, that's you already know. Hey. Thank you for participating in Buy, Sell, Hold. Buy, Sell, Hold.
I like that.
Oh, well, thank you.
You come up with some good ones each week. And it's always that last one. Last week, who was it? It was Delaware State. Then you hit me with A&T.
Yeah.
I like that. The last one always is a schedule pull-upper, you know. You got to really look at this. Who wins more games, Delaware State or A&T?
Next time on.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, next time on Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I caught that one. That was yeah, listen. Go
Mhm.
on, Scotty. I got you. Yeah. So
It's gonna be crazy.
that's gonna be crazy next
It's gonna
week.
be crazy.
Let me make sure I write that down so I don't forget.
Yeah.
Oh man, who wins more games? That's funny. All right. What you all been waiting for? You know what it is. HBCU top 5. This was gonna be a doozy. Perry, please explain. Now, I got your last week's on top of your head. Please explain this top 5.
I'm gonna just hold up and let the chat gather themselves right quick. Just let the chat see if it can register what's on here right now. Because then this will let me know if they feel like it's somebody else that they feel should be in this. I just let them register this right quick. I'll give y'all, as they say, 5 more minutes. Keep them coming. Yeah. Keep them coming. Yeah, y'all come on. Keep it coming. This one was for the comment section specifically. Come on, y'all. Keep on scrolling with them, Scotty.
This man said, behold, number 3.
Yeah. They scrolling so they can't keep up. They trying to type it so fast, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me about 3 more, and then I'll rock with it. I want them to get it out their system. Come on, y'all, get it out your system.
Yeah, that's what I got.
That's what you got. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me jump into this HBCU power ranking. We are now headed into week 3. And listen, last week I left question marks. You had to have had questions too. Nobody looked like they were separating themselves. And so I said this week, instead of leaving question marks, let's just throw some shit on the wall and hope it's stick. And that's all I'm doing right now, because once again, the universe will balance itself out. But I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to go with Southern, and then I'm going to go with Jackson State at 4 and 5. You know why? Southern and Jackson playing each other this week. No better way than Perry White to hype this game up and say it's a top 5 matchup of 2 teams that hate each other that are going to be playing this week. And that's a top 5 matchup, the Boombox Classic, man. Southern versus Jackson State. I love it. Premier programs of the swag. They have names that sell itself. But I'm going to go with Southern. I think what you saw with T-Set. First of all, let's go back to the McNeese game, right? Everybody didn't. I don't think a lot of people saw Southern being able to even hang with McNeese the way that they did. And before you start talking noise, I would love to see your team schedule some Southland teams like Southern has done, like you've seen Prairie View and Valley. Who is your team playing, right? Schedule a McNeese, a Nichols, and then let me see where you at. And for Southern, in that McNeese game on the road to be down 7-0 through 3 quarters, if it wasn't for that debacle with special teams, Southern may walk out of there with 1. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. At the end of the day, they lost. Then you look at the resurgence of T-Set in this ball game last week when they pulled out Noah Bodden. He comes in and reignites this offense and the fan base. He gave you something to say, man, if this kid can get going, and you had this conversation with me before, you said this kid has SWAC Player of the Year written all over him.
Yeah.
If he can live up to that, he's young, but if he can get himself going, Southern is right there. And trust me, Southern ain't a slouch. Have you seen Southern's defense? Good luck. You got to come ready to play. The same way with Jackson State. I think with everybody with the hype, when you saw Jackson State compete at that number 4 spot against ULM, Jackson State for a while was going back and forth. The game got away from them. But then they come back in 50-piece lane last week, 58-7. I think Jackson State's defense is there. They're going to play hard and get after you. If Jackson State can find where they want to be at quarterback, Them and Southern right there similar right now. Doesn't it seem like they're about what and what with a defense, but trying to figure it out offensively? That's
Mhm.
why I think this game is going to be key. But Jackson, if they can find out their quarterback position, Jackson right now, for what I saw, number 4. I'm gonna go number 3, Norfolk State. Why? I don't know. I just went there. Shout out to Dawson Odoms. I saw how close they played against Florida A&M in the first game of the season. I thought they should have won that game on national television, but a 2-point conversion that did not convert. They lose by 1 point, then they go get whooped up by Eastern Carolina, which everybody would have got whooped up as well. And then I think many people counted them out against Virginia State last week because Virginia State beat them last year. Dawson Odoms get his first victory on the season. The fact that they pushed FAMU and lost by 1 point, you got me. Beating Virginia State, if anybody watched that game, you will understand Virginia State is nasty. They'll whoop some of you teams while you're talking noise. Slow your roll. South Carolina State at the number 2 spot. Chennis Berry is building something. Going on the road once again to FAMU. Both these 2 and 3 played against the number 1 ranked team. South Carolina State went on the road, up 18-7 into the 4th quarter, but allowed this game to get away from them. But then go on the road to Citadel and beat Citadel in a what I think is a crucial non-conference game for the MEAC and for South Carolina State to get on the right track. For me, that was impressive enough to jump them up to the number 2 spot. And, of course, FAMU, even with a loss against Miami, anybody, the way we've seen Miami play right now, would have went and took an L. You lucky if you would have scored. Yeah. Miami, against Miami, FAMU was able to get 9 points. FAMU still the number 1 team. Their winning streak came to an end, though, from last year. But other than that, FAMU still the top team. South Carolina State and Norfolk State both played FAMU and both had FAMU on the ropes. That's what gives me there at that 2 and 3. If you can play FAMU on the ropes, you can play against anybody in black college football, in my opinion. And Southern and Jackson, just because I think one of these programs is headed in a direction that's going to be success. The other one is going to be headed in a direction of still trying to figure it out as the season go on. That's why if T-Set can figure it out at quarterback, Southern may be headed to where I told you, that surprise team. And this is a game that could be a surprise win for a lot of people who counted Southern out to be at that 4th spot in the SWAC West. And then for Jackson State, they having that quarterback issue. If they can figure it out, I think if they can figure it out, they'll be headed in a direction too, especially what I think what's happened to Alabama State. But for me, everybody else has not looked good, and we're still trying to figure it out, even headed into week 3, Scotty.
I'm kind of scared to show my list because the way man was attacking you in the chat, I'm like, God damn, I'm like, shoot, my list.
Hey, you just got to take it, bro. Just give them a minute and let them get it out their system. It wasn't so bad once I got going, was it? They got it out their system.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna let that simmer for you for a little bit. I would just let
that take a page out of Perry White book. Just let them voice it. Get it out right now. Just say.
Yeah, I'm gonna
just swing at the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let that simmer in your spirit. So, all right. Hopefully, you guys.
And I'm gonna say this: you don't see people really making too much of an argument. They just saying why one team, because they don't know who the fuck of the top 5 is either. Can't nobody put together at this point an accurate top 5 that can depict the 5 best teams in black college football.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I appreciate for somebody actually putting their list there. Grambling and Jackson. I can't see how you would put Grambling in the top 5. It doesn't make sense. But so for me, Texas Southern, and I'm not counting the Rice game against them. Nobody in this chat would beat Rice. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's Rice. So it is what it is. Morgan State playing Towson that the way they did. Once again, nobody in the SWAC will beat Towson. You can't maybe FAMU, maybe. But nobody else is beating Towson in HBCU football. Let's just be very clear about that. NCCU and Elon. There's not many teams beating Elon in HBCU. Listen, you can feel however you feel. You don't schedule them because you can't beat them. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? South Carolina State, to me, I made them jump over everybody because they actually got the win, right? And they, like you said, and they played FAMU really, really hard and really well. They end up giving the game at the end of it. But to me, they're on both sides of the ball, they're the most dependable team outside of FAMU. And FAMU's D-line is really shaky. So it kind of is like, but FAMU hasn't lost to anybody on their level. So you got to give them that. So overall, I think the MEAC is, I think the MEAC just looks better than SWAC schools right now. Like, you might not like what you see from Walker Harris, but they did beat Alabama State. They supposed to be your number one guys. They beat them with that same Walker Harris. Morgan State is a valuable option at any point in time if you want to see them. So, I mean, and they're playing good ball. I don't know how you could put a Jackson who beat Lane. I don't know how you, like, come on, man. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, I can't put, you lost to a Mississippi JUCO that you told me wasn't good. So I got to dock you for that. I can't put Southern. How do you even think about putting Grambling? Tuskegee dropped 20 on you? Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like 40-3. Tuskegee still dropped 20 on you, regardless of how you feel, second half, no half, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You still allowed that to happen. And if you watch the game, I mean, you weren't as dominant defensively as you should be, right? I think Jackson State's probably the only team that handled that D2 like a D2, but once again, it was a D2. That's what you're supposed to do. I think these next couple of weeks, like you said, is going to really separate the men from the boys and which one of these programs are really like that going forward. Texas Southern could prove me wrong. They can lose the next 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. But as of right now, I got to put respect over the win over PV because PV just went out and beat Northwestern State. Even as bad as they look doing it, they did it, right? Texas Southern beat them. So
why PV can't make this list?
Who?
Why PV can't make this list?
They didn't beat Texas Southern. That's exactly why. When you went head to head with Texas Southern, you lost. You think I'm gonna put you in the list because you beat Northwestern State?
You giving them some form of credit to help Texas Southern out though, because PV beat Northwestern State.
And Texas Southern beat PV? I mean, what are we supposed to talk about? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different if, it's no different like this. If Jack State would have beat ULM and ULM beat UAB, you got to shoot Jackson up to number 1. You would have to. I
said that too. If they beat them, you remember you was like, hell no.
But you would have, if Jackson would have beat ULM and ULM destroyed UAB the way it did, you would have to shoot Jackson at number 1. It wouldn't even be a doubt in my mind, even calling them a Mississippi JUCO. But you didn't. You did not. You see what I'm saying? So I can't have you in the top 5 because the only team you dominated was a D2 team.
In the chat, give me y'all top 5s because y'all criticize. But let's see. Have you been watching Black college football lately? For the past 2 weeks, headed into week 3, it is tough going through these teams because everybody look like they about what and what right now, and it's hard to put together just a 5 list. I can't imagine for this week. You remember I said it last week. I don't know who the hell can put together a 10 ranked team.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. It's just, how can you do it right now? I mean, 5 is hard enough.
Yeah, 5 has been pretty difficult. I ain't even gonna hold you. And that 5 spot is the toughest because there's so many fringy teams that you could be like, I can see that and I could do that. But honestly, like Miss Faze just put, like, it's really 1 and 2 and everybody else. If we're being honest, it's the only ones I feel confident about is FAMU and South Carolina State. Everybody else is a toss-up because, yeah, NCCU beat Alabama State, but they looked horrible against Elon. So it's like, okay, like, how does this play out? You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be, listen, these next couple weeks are going to be a separating form. And honestly, For some schools it is, and for some schools it's not. I'll say this: for Jackson, it's going to be a separator because you have 2 out of conference games. So that's a barometer of where you're going to be at within your conference. So that's easier to rank. But somebody like Grambling against Texas A&M Commerce, we expect you to win, and if you dominate, what can I give? I can't give you nothing for that. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot of these games are going to be a lot of tip up and downs because people are still playing out of conference games that are D2, that are FBS. So you really can't take it. You can't take too much with a grain of salt. But let's say Morgan State loses to Ohio by 7 and Jackson State beats Southern by 14 or whatever. You got to give it to Morgan just because of who they played and how well they played them. I can't put Jackson beating Southern over Morgan losing to Ohio by 7. It's little things like that you have to consider because I think Morgan's the better team. You get what I'm saying? So, but it's little things like that make top 5s difficult because how you play something and how it goes about, it all plays. And Jackson State people are like, well, Scotty, we play ULM tough. You told me it was a Mississippi JUCO. You told me you were supposed to win that game. That's what you told me. Convincingly. That was said to me. So
we fuck around and start putting black high schools in this list. Shit. Because listen, I'm telling you, bro. Y'all think it's easy to sit here and come up with this stuff and think it's no way to be accurate right now. You just kind of got to go with a feeling. And that's why I think Southern Jackson, for me, in that 4 or 5, whoever wins that is headed in a direction, I think, especially for Southern next week on the road at PV. If they can get past Jackson, then PV, that's a 3-game win streak.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that they're on the same thing with Jackson. If they can move past Southern and then get into next week, I mean, both teams in position to do something. But even Howard can be thrown into this. You know, I don't know. It's just, it's tough, people. So yeah, criticize, but put your top 5 in that chat and let's see.
I'm gonna chop that up. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that drop. Like criticize.
And I was ready to keep NCCU in my top 5, but the way they got blew out, it was just.
But I look at it like who in FCS, who anybody in the SWAC would have competed with them.
Well, FAMU is a top 25 team right now. I thought North Carolina Central was knocking at the door. They had just received votes to get into the top 20. Them and Elon was literally like, if 25 is the cutoff, between 26 and 30, Elon and North Carolina Central was in that 26 to 30. Somebody was ready. Elon done jumped in now. That was what they needed to get in. Both of them was right there. And that's why I thought North Carolina Central, it surprised me to see that the way that they lost that game. I thought that would have been a better matchup. That's why it was my game of the week, because they literally fell into that one space that whoever won that was going to jump in that top 25. But I would have gave North Carolina Central a lot more credit had it been closer. But the way that they lost that game, and I think when you look at what is Walker Harris, you saw his performance. I don't know if he's ready, you know, for, you know, that was the indication to me. And it made me really look at Bama State and say, all right, when we look at Bama State, I really don't know. You don't.
You really don't, right? So, but I'll give Ezra this. If Alabama State beats Sanford, yeah, I'll give you respect. You beat a white school. I got to give you respect. Most HBCUs don't even do that. So let's just keep it a buck. But all right, you know what time it is. Ho, ho, ho.
Play it for me.
Before we get into it, listen real quick, guys. My daughter is doing a fundraiser. You are more than welcome to help her out. We're looking for any donation. The link is in the description below. When you click on the link, it'll bring you to this right here. You go to other. You have to type her name in, Eris Scott. All right, this is a white school. They're not doing no double good. They're not doing no popcorn. They're not doing no candy. Straight cash manyan. All right. So 15, 20, 50, $100, whatever you feel like you can give. Please help her. We're trying to get her to become the top recipient in this donation. All right. Top recipient. So please go to the link in the description below. Go to other. Put your donation amount. Type her name in. And we will be much appreciated. All right. Back to retro schedule programming.
What my Southern fans said in the chat, man, let Jackson State have it. Just say the most foul, nastiest thing that you ever heard your mama, daddy, or your drunk uncle ever say to somebody. Just the most diabolical shit. Yeah, just whatever the most diabolical shit you can come up with that'll just disgust your grandma if she heard you speak those words. Just let them have it in the chat, man. Y'all know what this is. A real rivalry. I hear everybody else in Black College. It ain't even got to be Black College, FCS, whatever the case may be. You don't know what this is right here until you show up at the stadium, whether it's in Baton Rouge or Jackson, Mississippi, and get to see these two teams. It don't matter if it's the fans. It don't matter if it's the bands, the two teams playing on the field. It does not matter. This is hate. And I mean hate to the core. Hate. Absolute hate. Hit play it for me one more time, Scotty. It's hate. I don't do this to everybody. I'm not that disrespectful, but I'm very disrespectful this week. I am. And they know it because they disrespectful too. Though Jackson State ain't no victims here. It ain't Perry showing out tonight. Oh, he just look at him being ignorant. I am ignorant. And 20,000 of my friends about to be ignorant this weekend too when we show up in Jackson, Mississippi. Because guess what? We playing some ignorant niggas from Mississippi. And that's what we gonna show up in. It's just gonna be ignorant. Hey, that's what makes hey. And if anybody got a problem with meet me in Jackson, Mississippi this weekend so you can see it for yourself. This is really PG-13 what I'm giving you because it get worse in Mississippi. This is real nice. Put the kids to bed because it's finna get ugly. I'm finna say some words because I don't fuck with them niggas up there in Mississippi. And they know why. They don't fuck with us. And if you're traveling up there, watch your cars, Jaguar Nation, because we know how they do. They bust your windows out. They may reach in there. They don't be wanting nothing but a little stick of gum. They'll bust your window out for a stick of gum. So make sure you're getting some good parking spots. And if you're going to park in the parking, you know how they do is they don't open our side up until after they done already got in the stadium and sat down, sit good, and ate their popcorn and drank they drink. And then they want to open our side up. Make sure you hydrate too, because you know they run out of water when we go up there. They don't ever want to have nothing in the concession side when Southern comes to town. And be careful with the police, because you know they just itching to pull over anybody with Louisiana tags and SU flags flying. Just be careful, because we know how the Mississippi niggas do when we come up there. They want our money, but then they treat us bad. So I'm just putting it out there. And we're going to go up there and whoop on some Jackson State ass. So.
All right, here we go.
That's real. Ooh, that's real.
Hit it with your Perry. Perry keys to victory for Southern.
Yeah, because you know I ain't got shit for Jackson.
I know you don't.
Keys to victory. Southern has to run with physicality in this ball game. You know what that means? It has to start with Southern's O-line finally stepping up and being physical and open up the run lanes, because Southern, to me, has some of the best backs in this conference. You look at Kendrick Grimes and Kobe Dillon. I guess if I want to call them Lightning and Thunder, I don't know what the hell. We're going to give them a name here soon enough. But they've been in position for a breakout game. Both of them against McNeese and Savannah State have yet to eclipse 100 yards total rushing for Southern. And I put a lot of that to Southern's offensive line. Southern's offensive line, which brings in 20 new guys into this program, is going to have to step up in jail, because in this game, Jackson State's D-line is going to get after you, and Jackson State is going to try to knock your head off. Southern's going to have to run with some physicality in this one, and that's going to start with those two, along with the legs of T-Set, who you have to honor. Fix special teams. We saw the debacle in that game against McNeese with the block. Well, it really wasn't even a block field goal. He just kicked it right into the lineman's back and sent it 40 yards behind. And a punt that goes, the botch punt goes right over the punter's head. That's 14 points you made and gave to McNeese. Last week, even against Savannah State, you had a block field goal. Shout out to Griffin, Joshua Griffin, getting down there and stopping that player from Savannah State from getting into the end zone. He cut him off. But Southern is going to have to be special teams mistake-free. This is all three phases of the game, and then it's going to come down to that last one. Defense, Jags, defense. I want to hear that all night from that bass drum being thumped and the fans getting up, shaking the pom-poms, yelling defense, Jags, defense. Kind of reminds you of the back in the day when they used to say Southern the dog day D. That's what this defense looks like. They are stout. They will get after you. When you look at Kelby Gibbons, who is the SWAC preseason defensive player of the year, along with Davin Cotton, and you add in the rest of these guys, I think Southern's linebacker core is really good. It's going to be the question for me, Scotty, is going to be Southern's secondary. Will Jackson State find a way with their receivers and whoever they go with at quarterback to exploit Southern secondary? But anything up the middle, up the gap, good luck, Jackson State. So these are my keys to victory. Run with physicality behind the legs of Kobe Dillon and Kendrick Grimes. Do not have any blunders on special teams. And if Griffin can kick field goals, because he gave Southern up 9 points last week with 3 straight made field goals, one from 49 yards, might I add. If they can get that and then pin Jackson State back in terms of punt and also the return game. Southern messed up last week. Braylon Morgan in the return game on the punt just let the ball get past them and put Southern in a horrible field position on his own 1 yard line where Savannah State was able to mark the ball. And then Southern's defense is going to be his bread and butter. If anything, with the struggle of T-Set or any running game, Southern's defense is going to keep them in this ball game, I think, as close as they can. And that's going to be the difference maker.
You know, when I look at this game, you guys are so similar. It's probably the most even you guys have been in the past 3 to 4 years, right? Both of you guys are relying on your defense and still trying to figure out what you are offensively, right? Jackson's still trying to figure out what they are offensively. You guys still trying to figure out what you are offensively as well. Both of you guys have a really good front line. Front seven is pretty much your strong suit. Both secondaries are questionable, right? Running back rooms are strengths for this team. Wide receiver rooms, questionable, right? So, tight end room, I would kind of give the lean to Southern, even though I do like Landry, but you guys got Ethan and as well as Fuller, right? So you guys are very similar. So to me, it's going to be who limits the mistakes, right? Who limits the mistakes, turnovers, all the dumb stuff, and what quarterback protects the ball and makes plays, because I think it's not going to come down to a quarterback just killing you. I don't think either quarterback is going to just go crazy, like,
it's a turnover battle.
Yeah, but it's when the opportunity is there to make a play, do you make the play, right? If the throw is there, 3rd and 7, you got the end. Do you hit the end, or do you throw it high? Does it hit the dirt? Like, those are the ebbs and flows of a game that can change the course of momentum, can keep a drive alive, that 3rd down battle, keep staying on the field, all those little things. So I think at the precipice of everything, like at the crux of everything, is like you guys are even. So what's going to come down to is the play, like who makes the right play, who doesn't make that one mistake, who makes that one throw, what DB makes that one play, or what wide receiver makes that one spectacular play. If it's whatever that kid's name, Florian, whatever, he makes, if he makes a spectacular one-handed catch and gets you down to the red zone, right? Or if it's Chandler Whitfield taking a 5-yard slant and taking it 60 yards to the house. Like, those are the little things that are going to be the deciding factor in this game, because I really do feel like you guys are very similar. And if it came down to coaching and offensive play calling, I'm not a big fan of either guy, but TC is way better than Mark Fredericks. That's just my personal opinion on that. So I think it's going to be a great game. I really do think it's going to be a great game. What you got, P? I'm going to take this call, but go ahead.
And keep in mind, this week there's a hurricane headed to Louisiana right now. So everybody that's out there, because I'm in Louisiana as well, in Baton Rouge. So everybody in Louisiana and aware of this thing, man, this thing's supposed to hit sometime on Wednesday. Make sure you go out, get everything that you need, get your water, get supplies, batteries, whatever. Hurricane, and this could play into an effect of Southern preparing for this game. And that's why I also put that out there. This thing could be a Category 1, maybe a Category 2 by the time it makes landfall on Wednesday. And considering we talking 100+ mile per hour winds that can possibly happen, keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I know we talk a lot of shit, but this does play an effect in a team that's preparing for a game, trying to get it in Monday and Tuesday, but knowing how bad the weather's going to get come Wednesday and the lingering effects going into Thursday. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it. If Noah Biden was playing in this game, I wouldn't pick Southern to win in checkers. I ain't even gonna hold you. But the change to T-set does make this game that much more interesting. It really does. I'm gonna make my pick with Mike on the breakdown, but I do think it makes it that much more interesting. 45-12 coming to you.
Scotty, what's going on, fam? Perry, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
Good. This is Diallo in Ohio, man. We checking in with y'all one more again. Listen, man, this is a matchup, and what is this? And I'm not trying to be Perry funny. I want to be correct. Is this they beat y'all with 4 in a row, or is it 5 in a row? So y'all got to break this streak, man.
It will be 4 in the. They beat them twice in one season.
It's 4.
So they've already won 4.
If they win Saturday, it would be the 5th time.
It'll be the 5th time in a row on Saturday.
It won't be the 5th time. They beat us 4 times straight. Yeah.
Okay. They beat them. So it would be.
Okay. Yeah. So I feel like y'all really need this game, Perry, just because of the psyche, man, that y'all haven't beat these guys in that many times. However, I agree with both of y'all, especially Scotty, when we talked about the teams being evenly matched up. I think the one area where Jackson State has the strength is their defensive line. When you talk about True Thompson and those guys up front, I think they're a better defensive line than you guys. However, the one thing that TC hasn't done, and I think Southern really don't have nothing to look at, ULM, we criticized him, and it was rightfully so. He didn't open up the playbook. Everything was so vanilla. And then Saturday, he starts the backup quarterback. So it's like, you don't know which JSU team you go get. Is Irv Mulligan coming back? Is, Martin coming back? You know what I mean? So I just feel like it's a lot of variables about Jackson State that we don't know this year because we haven't seen enough film on them to kind of to get the heads up on what type of squad they're going to have. But I just, want to see a good, highly contested game. And I think, with the Boombox Classic, anybody can win, anything can happen. And I don't know who's going to win. I just want to see a good game. But my question to you, brothers, is who do you think is going to be the standout player from each side?
I think that's a good. Let me go back to what you said earlier before I answer that question. I disagree with you on Jackson State's D-line being so much better because you named True Thompson, but Southern has the defensive player of the year, preseason DP of the year, right? So, you can Jackson State people can name you their DN, but their DN is not Kelby Givens. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not the same. So you naming True Thompson, Southern can say, well, we got Kelby Givens, who was the defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Preseason picked the defensive player of the year. So
right,
that's the part of it is just like I think they both work. The way that their lines work is they have a guy. Everybody has their guy. They got Jeremiah Williams, and True Thompson really, to me, hasn't really done a lot. It really comes down to Jeremiah Williams, in my personal opinion. But they both have a guy, and then the rest of the guys kind of play off and do what they're supposed to do on that D line. I think it works both in the same. So Do you need your guy to step up? In this game, you need Kelby Givens to show why he's preseason defensive player of the year. You need Jeremiah Williams to show you why he was the highest rated PFF D tackle in HBCU football. You get what I'm saying? Like, these are the games you need your guys to show up. Now, which guy shows up? We shall see. But to say that Jackson State's D-line is just way better than Southern's, I have to disagree with you on that, because I think they both got their own names respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. But to answer your question about the names of the guys, I think for Jackson, I think it's going to come down to McCoy. No, I heard he tweaked his knee, so I don't think he's going to play. So if McCoy doesn't play, I think Ahmad Miller has to be the guy. I like Ahmad. Yeah. I really
I love Ahmad.
He reminds me of like a baby Marshawn Lynch. That's how he runs. Right. He just runs with a physicality that you just like, yes. And for Southern,
he played running back like his brother played linebacker. Yes. Like he's just ultra physical.
Yes. Right. Yes. Right. Yeah. So I agree with you. But I think on Southern side, I think it comes down to T-Set. I really think it comes down to him. Like, you need him to be a difference maker. I don't need you to throw for 350, but I need you to be 250, maybe 2 touchdowns, maybe 1 touchdown passing, 1 touchdown running. Like, you need T-Set to be a difference maker. So those will be my guys. Perry, who you got?
What's the status with Irv Mulligan?
I don't know, man. I think it's still up in the air. I think they just rested him for conference play, if I'm being honest.
I feel like this is a game they may bring him out. And if they bring him out, he's going to be the guy that I think that you have to – oh, is he saying something?
No, go ahead. He was agreeing with you.
Yeah, this is the game I think you have to look at, because Irv Mulligan showed you last year for the first 4 games of the season of the potential that he has to be the best back in this conference. For me, if you want to find some success, you're going to look at to try to see if he's active this week. If Irv Mulligan gets in, I think that's a name for Jackson State. On the other side, I'm going to hit you with the tight end, Dupree Fuller. I think when you can get him going, he is a tough dude to cover. He is physical. Did you see him going into the end zone and how he ran the guy over and then walked into the end zone? He is not an easy guy to tackle, and he can be a quarterback's best friend if Mark Frederick wants to draw it up to make the game a little bit more simplified for T-Set in this one. Just easy to dump it off to, and then let Dupree Fuller do his thing one-on-one across the middle or wherever you put him. I like him, and I think he is due for a breakout game. He is a guy for the second consecutive week that we saw. If you give him the ball, he's a playmaker. This is a game you give your playmaker the ball, and right now, to anybody that can catch the ball from the quarterback for Southern University, Dupree Miller is a guy that I really do like. Dupree Fuller, excuse me.
Dope. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for taking the call. Keep doing the great work, and we praying for y'all down there in Baton Rouge, bro.
Hey, appreciate you, Diallo.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and listen, shout out to Mike Barnes. This is such a great point. Listen, who really might get a game ball is Matt Knoll. That Bama be punting. That white boy be punting his ass off. I think he averages like 50 yards per punt. Like, that Bama be punting. So if anybody might get a game ball on the sneak tip, Matt Knoll definitely. So shout out to Matt Knoll. That kid's different. A&T Roy. You live. A&T Roy, you live. See, them Aggies, man, don't be paying attention. All right.
You got that video I sent you early?
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Let's get a little entertainment for the people. Hey. What they think we see when we come in that stage.
Oh, what he said like this?
I was just gonna get into it. I was like, hey, that's it right, cut up.
Oh man, let me get to this A&T Roy. A&T Roy coming to you.
Scotty,
What's up?
Harry.
What's up?
Hey man, I'm calling in to eat crow.
We wait. Your phone breaking up. We can't hear you eating crow. Your phone breaking up. It's so convenient. It's so convenient.
Okay, hang on.
I'm calling in to eat crow, but my phone breaking up. How'd that work? It's the Batman for me. It's the Batman for me. Yeah.
It's Iron Man for me. You don't see Iron Man cutting up.
51.
Is that how they look for real though? Am I tripping? Is that not them?
I mean, listen, man. I don't get what's the big deal of you. They do the same moves every single time. Like, why do people act like it's something different coming? They literally gonna go like this.
Hey, point to the sky.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, do the same thing every time. What is exciting about seeing the same thing every time? You not Michael Jackson.
Because don't nobody watch Jackson State halftime shows. After the drum majors, that's it. And that's the other part to this, the band side. Man, all that shit y'all was talking last year, Jackson State, Southern, you talking about Jackson. Y'all only watch Jackson in the stands. That's the difference between Southern and Jackson State band. Let me put this out there. Jackson State band, you don't watch their halftimes. You watch Southern halftime shows. You watch Southern in the stands and on the field. I think it's the whole presentation. You just want to have a band in the stand. Jackson State. If you just want a band in the stand, when they on the field, who watches that shit they do? There it is, and they put that JSU on the damn field. That's all they do. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Premier Institute, whatever the case that it's the same shit year in and year out.
The only thing that changes about Jackson State is shout out to my guy, public figure, or what outfit he gonna hook y'all up with. That's the only thing that changed about Jackson State band. Is what new outfit public figure and his unveilings be so damn fire. You be like, oh shit, this is nice. I like this. That's the only thing that changed about Jackson State band is what public figure gonna put them in next. Other than that, it's the same thing. It's the same. Man, miss me with
Nobody watches they halftime, so there's nothing. Everybody, if you watch them on YouTube, you watch them in the stands. You don't go back and watch no damn Jackson State halftime shows. You watch Southerns because I see the views, and you watch the J sets because everybody just in love with dancers these days.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them at all.
Yeah, they just want to see some ass shaking. I get it, right?
If you want to see that, a golden girl.
You know, but other than that, man, come on, man. When it's halftime, we know who got that. There ain't nobody.
Golden girls.
Ain't nobody watching
you.
Halftime.
Hey man, my bad. I walked away from my phone and lost the connection with my earbud. Hey, so I'm calling to eat crow from my prediction last week. You know what I predicted, right?
No, we didn't.
Oh, you forgot. I said we're gonna drop 60 on Winston.
Boy,
so I'm calling to eat crow.
Y'all was in overtime. That was real different than 60.
Hey man, listen, Aggies were walking out, cussing, fire the coach. I can't believe this ish. All kind of crazy. Man. So here's the weird thing, and I don't know what's gonna happen going forward. We played Wake Forest very well, both offensively and defensively in the first half. Man, that looked like, man, I think we might have it together. We get out there against Winston-Salem State, couldn't score the ball. I mean, we pretty much dominated, except for a few drives here, few drives, but just couldn't put the ball in the end zone. So I'm just calling to eat crow on what I said. Stephen Gaither is killing me on social media about it, but I'm cool with it because I love to talk trash, not after the fact, but before the fact.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I respect it. I mean, at the end of the day, you still came out with the win. The win wasn't, like you wanted it to be. Of course, you wanted to be more dominant against a D2 opponent. But I mean, listen, it happens. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know about overtime, but goddamn, I mean, it happens.
Hey man, and when I'm gonna say this though, I think Salem gonna make some noise in the CIAA. The quarterback, and they have a very good running back. They're big up front on both the offensive and defensive lines. I don't know, man. They might make some noise.
Yeah, I mean, if you comparing it because they played y'all, I mean, y'all not that good. So I mean, but okay, I mean, if that's how you want to base it, because they took y'all to overtime. It's not like y'all good. Y'all gonna be last. Y'all gonna be like second to last in the CAA.
I don't think that's gonna be the case. But even with that, I still think based on what I saw, they're gonna be a very good team. I mean, yeah, we might not be showing we're good right now, but we're still a level above it. And matter of fact, we look bigger than them on the field. Man, they play a very good game.
Listen, they were 4 yards away, and if I'm being honest, that quarterback should have just ran the ball in. He shouldn't have thrown the ball. He had the leverage to get into the end zone if he just runs the ball in. I don't know why he decided to throw it, but hey, to each his own. If he runs the ball in, we're probably having a different conversation, and you're probably on his phone, probably crying. You know what I'm saying?
So I looked at that last play. I'm not so sure he could have run it in. And the reason he threw it behind the guy also was that we had a guy right in front of him that jumped up, and I think he was trying to throw it over that guy so he couldn't touch the ball. But hey, listen, it didn't happen either way. They didn't score. We won the game, and we got out of there with our tails between our legs, and we're happy about it.
That's good. Appreciate the call, AJ Roy. I appreciate people who call in and eat their own crow. That's respect. That's respect. All right, Book, coming to you.
He only did it because they won. If they lost, he wasn't going to eat that crow.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't going to remind us what he said. What's up, Book?
Man, look, can't call it. I was just going to chill in the chat. But when, Perry got to bring his little video up and talk about the band, man, because everybody knows what's going to happen on the football field. But you took it too far when you started talking about the band. Don't about to watch the halftime show. We're going to see who heading for the door halftime. Man, we about to put it on, no diddy. We about to put it on y'all ass. I'm telling you that right now. Y'all ain't got nothing for us. We got a complete team. We're going to have an offense. Whichever one show up is better than your defense. We got the kicking game, punt, and field goal. We kick them from the left hash, right hash, 45 out, and we got a defense. I'm talking trash to anybody that look like they like powder blue and gold all week long.
What y'all wearing? Red, gray, blue, white? What y'all wearing?
Trash brown, brown, gray.
Yeah. What they wearing?
Silver. I don't know.
Whatever we wearing, it's gonna have y'all shit all over it because we're gonna beat the hell out of y'all. I'm telling you right now, it'll be bad. I hope they don't clean the bathroom.
What happened to them Dion? What happened to them Dion chrome helmets?
Hurricane coming in. I had a little sympathy for you. Talking about the water and all that kind of stuff. I hope they don't clean the bathroom for you. I hope they let the lines back up at the gate. I hope you don't have nowhere to park.
That's what happens anyway. You talking about you hope? That's what y'all do.
Breaking y'all cars. Man, y'all ninjas don't have no damn car. You riding 10 to a damn Civic or whatever. Man, y'all ain't got ain't nobody saying that. Come in, take your ass whooping like a goddamn proper sweat team and get your ass back down the flood of Baton Rouge. That's all you got to do.
Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Y'all get excited when we come to town. Be honest with yourself.
People who don't look like say you so well spoken. You know what I'm saying?
Be honest with yourself. You love when we come in town because them RVs come in on Wednesday, Thursday with them SU flags.
The only thing we like about when y'all come to town is when y'all bring them light skin red things with y'all.
The light skin red things.
They like when we come to town. We bring some pizzazz with us, to that country ass shit they got. They said, "Oh, look at these niggas."
He said light skin red things.
What my Southern folks said, man, y'all just gonna sit back and I gotta do this by myself tonight, Southern. Y'all gonna let you gonna let folks call in from Jackson State?
That's funny.
Man, look, whatever. That was then. We talking about what's about to happen on the 14th at 6 p.m.
Oh, it is a night game.
That ball getting spotted. At 6 p.m., that ball getting spotted. At 6:01, we on your ass.
No diddy, but goddamn.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know, Perry. I'm just letting you know. It's gone. You should have.
You ain't let me know nothing. You just told me everything I know about Jackson. The bathroom stopped up and nasty. Y'all run out of water. Ain't enough concession.
I'm telling you that now.
Y'all don't open the gate. You telling me everything we already know as Jaguar fans when we come there. We know how y'all doing that old ass Raggedy Stadium. It ain't nothing new. We've been doing this every other year. It ain't nothing new for when we come up there.
6-hour concession stand line. This ain't even ridiculous.
You missed the whole goddamn halftime and the third quarter trying to get a bottle of water.
This time is on purpose. Now, this time is on purpose.
Oh, man.
It's always on purpose.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not.
What was you at from the year 2013 to 2021?
You want a 6-hour concession line? You want a 6-hour concession line? Stand by. You want no parking? Stand by. What else you don't want? You say you want your cars messed up? Stand by. Y'all asking for it. Nobody do that stuff, man. Y'all take that stuff a little too far. But anyway, look.
You love when we come to town. I know.
Some people gonna have their heart broke by halftime. But y'all, look. But on the serious tip, everybody stay safe. You know, storms are storms. Don't try to ride it out if you ain't got to. Go and get to somewhere safe. You know. But Perry, I'm telling you right now. Every time I see, I'm not even on social media. I'm gonna troll somebody else's social media page just to talk trash to you. I'm telling you right now. I'm on your ass all week, boy. All week. You ain't gonna have no breaks by the end of the day.
Now I'm gonna say this: if the tables turn,
I'm gonna be looking for you next week. I'm gonna be on your ass like white on rice, no Diddy. We're looking for you. What's his name?
Book. Now he always calls it. He's a fair sport. He's a fair sport. I gotta give Book credit for that.
I take mine on the team.
Yeah. And if he win, he gonna be the first one to call lines. I'm trying to tell you right now, Scotty, he gonna be in the chat. Scotty, go ahead and open them up. Go ahead and open them up, Scotty.
Hey, and I'm gonna be right here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm right here next week.
Oh man.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all. Let's do the show.
Hey, appreciate it, Book. Yeah, Book a real one. He gonna listen. Win, lose, or draw. He gonna call in. But if they win, boy, I'm telling you, after the timer go off, he gonna be like, Scotty, when you open them, he gonna be like, Scotty, when you open them call lines up. I'm on the line. I'm on the line already. Oh man, Cal, coming to you.
What up, fellas?
What's up, Cal?
I can't be in it too loud. I'm at work right now. I'm in the closet before they don't come get me about to work real quick. But Perry, you almost had a surprise loss last week, didn't it? Hello?
Barry, he's not. I guess he's not answering.
Oh, I missed half the show. What's going on? Anything new?
How you miss half the show and then go ask me? And boy, get off my line.
You're talking about a damn almost surprise loss last week, man. Get out of here.
1098 coming to you.
The boogeyman here.
What's up, Mike?
It's the boogeyman. Perry White, go do me a favor. Get up from whatever room you in. Go to your bedroom and look up under your bed. Cause I'm the boogeyman and I'm here.
You the ugly man.
Now y'all done sat up on this platform for over 2 hours, bashing JSU when it's obvious that Stevie Wonder can see who the better team is. Now, Scotty, you know damn well who the better team is, and you know who gonna win that ball game, Sarah.
Says the nigga that's in debt for chicken wings.
I'm out.
He got out.
I'm out.
He got out.
No, I'm out.
out.
Look at the opponent it took for him to get out on.
I'm out of debt now.
Yeah, he didn't bet 40 though. It's JSU by 40, but he ain't bet 40.
Matter.
But
I didn't make the rules. You did, Scotty.
Okay.
But Perry White, you really think y'all gonna win Saturday, bro?
I really want to know where you be at the game, Saturday.
Oh, he ain't never at the game, Perry.
My birthday this weekend. No.
Oh, you not gonna spend it with Jackson State?
No, I'm going to the Cowboy game. No.
Don't you talk to me about hang up on him. You coming on here talking about Southern and Jackson, my birthday this weekend, and trying to talk shit and won't even be at the game. Why I'm talking to him for? What are we doing? He wasting your time and mine and the viewers. There's no need to talk. We'll see you Wednesday, Mike. Boogeyman, get back in the underneath the bed now. Go back to the deep crevice underneath the bed of where you come from.
Oh man, boy,
ain't nobody said your name 3 times. Shit.
Oh boy, you are dumb, man. Y'all are stupid. All right, Perry, last thing before we get up out here, break down your score.
Oh, 24-17. I'm going Jackson. I'm going Southern. I think Jackson State falls short in this one at home. I think this will be a battle of 2 teams defensively. It's just going to be which quarterback can make the plays, who running game can get going, and who offensive line to stand up. Of course, you know I'm rocking with Terrence Graves in this one. This is a victory he needs for the Southern University Jaguars. 4 straight losses to JSU. We got to end this streak because they remember at that time from 2013 to 2021 what ass whoopings feel like. I hope to give them a feeling again of what an ass whooping feel like at home in front of how many other people that they decide to put in there. But trust me, there's going to be a lot of Jaguar fans in there, and we're going to be cheering. And I got Southern 24-17 in this one.
Oh, man, it's going to be a good one. I like it. I like it. I like it. One more time before we get up out of here. All right, man. Listen.
How real is it when your band marching in? It's to the core. It's to the kids. Even kids cuss and be like, fuck J-State. All of them doing it. And I'm just on that this week. This is a rivalry relationship. We're just not going to end like this, guy. I know it's getting late. We're not just going to end like that. These people are some of the most delusional people you could ever meet. You ever met a nigga from Mississippi? Huh? Yeah, you've been to Mississippi. You know for yourself. That's the reason you don't like them. It's just something about them in a delusion. And that's how I feel about them. It is a real rivalry, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you come on here and think just Perry, that's just a vulgar young man. You right. When it's Jackson State, JSU on the schedule, I'm vulgar. What he say? Oh, you always say nasty shit because I'm a nasty motherfucker. Yeah.
I can't say Mississippi because I like people from Alcorn. People from Alcorn are real down-to-earth, civil people. I rock with people from Alcorn, and you know what I'm saying? So I can't say Mississippi.
Yeah. That's just because you ain't got that Southern in you, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But that Jackson, Mississippi, and Jackson is not a state for everybody that get Jackson State. They are not a state. Jackson is a capital of the state of Mississippi, but Jackson ain't a state. So I know they love to brag about that. And that stadium they got, I saw a story about the vet. It was a hand-me-down. It's like the 92 Honda that your mama then drove into the ground with 250,000 miles on it. And when you graduate high school, she said, here go the keys. And you like, what's this to?
It's a brand new car. You can have it.
That's been driving your ass around since kindergarten. It's going to drive your ass to college. That's the vet, okay? You get in there, seats busted up. Good luck trying to get up them steps. Ain't no rails to get up the steps. The bathroom, with ladies, you better just squat because your ass going to touch the water up in there, nasty as it is. It's just a horrible place, a nasty place. It's just disgusting when you pull up. And they think it's the greatest facility that was ever created and built by man. Only because it's a relic of what it used to be. And maybe one day the state of Mississippi will help you guys out to get a stadium on your own campus to where you can enjoy this game on campus instead of having to keep going over there, interrupting them people over at the damn hospital. They cannot wait to get y'all asses out the way so they can get people to the ER where they need to be. Okay? But Jackson State, listen. Fuck them people, and y'all know it, and y'all will see me Saturday. Everybody gonna stop me. Hey, Perry, that's probably one place where they do stop me. They be like, Perry White, don't talk to me Saturday if you got on Jackson. I don't even want your food because I don't trust you. I don't know what y'all got going on. I don't know what you're doing, but just know I'm on that Saturday. So if you see me, I'm on that. me and everybody else, gonna be about 20,000 more Southern fans gonna be on there too. So I know y'all gonna be excited. Y'all gonna be happy to see us. We're gonna come in town. We're gonna spend a little money. We're gonna help boost that economy. Maybe y'all eventually get them pipes fixed, whatever the case may be. You know, we're just trying to help the economy. We're just trying to do what we can for the state of Mississippi when we come over there. Okay, we're gonna buy gas. We're gonna drink your liquor. We're gonna try to get some food if something. We don't eat pig ears. I know that's what y'all like, pig ears and mustard. Okay, that ain't what we do. But if that's what y'all like, hey, it's up to y'all. But we just come to help boost the economy a little bit, Scotty, and support our Jaguars. That's all. And we got to deal with these musty folks. So let's go, Jags.
Man, boy, you.
That'll have you saying that in your sleep. You just wake up, I hate J State. It's just gonna be ingrained in you. Just gonna be like, why? Where am I hate J State. You just gonna be like, damn, it's real. Everybody else, I think, be a little nervous to talk shit to Jackson. Just because I don't know what it is. Because Jackson, one of them schools, is just like, bro, who do you think you are? That's how I be looking at it, like, and they got short-term memory. That Dion shit that lasted 2 years, they thought it lasted 20 years. That 2-year span just is like it's ingrained for 20 damn years to them. I can't believe it. 2 years. And that shit, we far removed from it now, aren't we? Dion about to goddamn probably get fired out of ran out of Colorado. Colorado at this point just Jackson State West. That's all that is. That team right now just is it. That's the team he wanted Jackson to be had they move up to FBS. Just barely can beat North Dakota State. Can't play nobody else. What they got their ass whooped to Nebraska. You know, it's just a tad bit. That's what Jackson would have looked like had they moved up. Just maybe just right there. Just not good enough. So them 2 years, man, I be having to remind y'all because you got short-term memory. And you talk about them 4 games, congratulations. But I can remember a time your ass couldn't win a game against Southern. A lot of y'all was kids. A lot of y'all then had kids that then got older. Some people then lost teeth since they had full. I told a guy one time, he talking shit to me. Last time you remember seeing Southern lose in y'all stadium to y'all, you had a full row of teeth in your mouth. Now you sitting here talking shit to me, gums and tongue. Nigga, I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like this the rivalry. And if you want a good one, I say take your ass to Jackson, Mississippi. You don't know this rivalry and why I'm talking the way that I do and why I'm acting the way that I am because this is PG-13. This get ignorant in the stands. Ignorant. Especially in that middle in the horseshoe. Oh, it's ignorant. If you don't believe me and you don't know nothing about Southern and Jackson, or you just know about them two when they play your school, show up to Jackson, Mississippi this weekend. Be a spectator. Just sit in the stands. Just sit back, and I bet you will have a story to call in on Monday night on Outspoken and tell me about your experience. Like, I didn't know it was like that. I thought this was a joke. I thought it was a game. I didn't realize it was that bad. Yeah, it's that bad. So pull up if you want to see. TV does not justify what this rivalry is.
No, it don't. It definitely don't. It definitely doesn't.
This is nasty. This is to the core. This is rotten. This is horrible. This is a nasty work right here when Southern and Jackson play each other. I don't think nobody else get this nasty. So
hey, listen, you guys can catch me on Saturday. I'll be doing a watch party for the Jackson and Southern game, so you already know what it is. So, man, listen, Wednesday, Mike Reed. Tuesday, Coach's Corner. D2, Wednesday night with the rebuttal, and much more to come. All right, listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.